All that self-hate needs to stop.
I'm saying. Who taught you to hate yourself?
It's all that anime.
Speaking of anime, you're watching BlurdDotRadio.
BlurdDot Radio.
Turn that laptop down. I am your host this evening. My name is Mike Stidham. No, let me turn.
Yeah, oh yeah, you ain't gonna turn your little. What's your little?
Hold
That's
He
little background.
drop for his beats.
You know,
He needs one of those DJ Elokari ones like you.
I mean,
Can
hey,
you move it over there?
sometimes
I
you
told
got
him
this stuff.
it should be Mike Stidham Didham, and he won't do it.
Absolutely not.
The voice is sexy enough; it'll work.
I don't need no sexy voices on my music. That's what everybody and their mama does. Here's what my drop is.
Mike Stidham.
And that's fine by me.
You gotta put the Didham on it.
No. On the rhythm. Now that's gonna stick. That's why I don't want it.
Mike
I went to
Stidham on the
elementary
rhythm.
school, remember? Elementary school, I heard all types of versions of my name.
Put one, two, Mike Stidham on the rhythm. Ooh, yes.
The person trying to tell me how to live my life is Ash got him.
Hello.
We got the hardest working DJ in Chicago, DJ Elokari, with us.
What it do, pimp? Wait, where that?
Baby, I'm ready.
Rest in peace, Gerald Levert.
Come on now. Come on now.
Our very special guest this evening, no stranger to BlurdDotRadio. When I say DJ Elokari is the hardest working DJ in Chicago, Sam Thousand has to be the hardest working performer, CEO.
Come on.
Every place. I know if I see Sam Thousand somewhere, I'm in a good place.
Come on now.
And the guy's all over. Sam has partnered with now. Hold on, my notes are on this.
You can take the computer if you need.
Saying like, yeah,
I want to give you a good, proper intro. 3 Arts.
Come on now.
Grant recipient.
Come on now.
15 years of live performance art, curation, and self-management.
Come on
That's my
now.
life.
CEO of Superlative Music Incorporated. Is it pronounced music or is it just music?
Indifferent.
Superlative.
Run that check.
Yeah. Superlative Music
Spell it right.
Incorporated has partnered with clients such as the University of Chicago,
Come on.
D-Case, Chicago Ideas, Chicago Urban League,
Mm.
City Cast Chicago,
Mm.
Lululemon, Shea Moisturizer.
Come on
We ain't
now.
never had
Some.
nobody connected to Shea Butter.
I got one.
Apple,
Mm.
Apple,
I got one.
Volkswagen,
I ain't got that.
T-Mobile, and NBC.
I got one.
Universal. Sam Thousand is with us tonight.
Come on now.
Oh man, reading the credentials. Peace, love, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Thank you for joining us.
Happy to be here in the place, man. Thank y'all for having me back here.
Of course. Well, yeah, we've been trying to get you back for a while. When I saw you at the Culture Museum, that's when it was like, right now.
Yeah.
Well,
It's great to see you there.
for sure. Shout out to Nicole Murray.
Yup.
Shout out to the Agape Collective.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For sure.
Yes, Nicole Murray. She's a dope curator and just ray of sunshine.
For sure.
Yeah, that spot is it's special, man.
Mhm.
Culture Museum, Culture with the K. Yeah, check it out.
For sure. And your host for the evening is about to have a studio in there.
Come on now.
Woo.
Oh,
You know how long it's been since
Come
I've
on
been working in
now.
my cramped little apartment, trying not to step on and break my art pieces. So I finally got some space. I'm moving up a little.
Is it gonna have a kiln like you want?
I'm gonna have a jewelry kiln. An actual kiln is like $3,500, and it costs $40 on your electric bill every time you run it.
sounds about right.
I'm sorry. How much on your electric?
A lot.
40 extra bucks. I'm taking a class at the Horner Park Field House where they fire the stuff, and I only pay $50 a month.
Tight.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Got the deal worked out with that. So, folks, we're gonna start this episode of BlurdDotRadio the way that we start. every episode of BlurdDotRadio with Blurred Outs.
Blurt it out.
Blurred Outs are one geeky thing that we have done this week.
One.
At least
Jesus.
one. I only
It's
got
been,
one.
it's been 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, I haven't done that much. I'm one to open.
I've done a lot.
This headphone.
Good.
I feel like I
Which
just
means I
popped my
probably
ear.
need to sit my ass down for the next 3 weeks. 'Cause I've done so much in the last 2 weeks.
Well, Ashley, why don't you start us off with your
Blurt it out.
That didn't really work.
Starting with last week, I went to Otakon in DC for the first time in about 13 years. The last time I went was in like 2010.
Okay.
The last year was in Baltimore because the Baltimore Convention Center couldn't
It wasn't
keep up with the
wasn't it
size.
Baltimore this year.
No, it's been in
DC?
DC for like the last 5 years,
Oh,
if not more. Because, yeah, the Baltimore Convention Center couldn't keep up with the size, and they hadn't been keeping up with renovations. So it moved to DC. I like the convention center layout, honestly. They have like LED screens, so you can see where maps are and like where you are in the convention center and signs pointing you to where different things are. So that was really helpful.
Okay.
It was okay. I enjoyed just being there mostly because I took my brother there for the first time.
Nice. I saw the pictures. Your older and your younger brother went, right?
Yes. Well, I'm older than both of them.
Oh, right, because you're the oldest. I forgot.
Yeah. My baby brother just turned 18.
Congratulations.
He's going to college. This is his second Otakon.
Does he know what he's going to college for yet?
I can't remember.
Give it
I
a
gotta
year.
ask him.
He lives up the street from the college.
Okay, so he's
he
not
can
paying
come
for
home on the
tuition
weekends.
fees?
Oh, no, he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
just let him know. College is great, but college ain't free.
Show Wayne, baby.
So
If
it's
the
like-
day he has to take out a loan, tell him to stop.
He
Come back when he's got some money.
literally just walk home for the weekend or for lunch.
Doesn't that also mean that like his mother can walk up to the school? Because that's
My mom does not like the neighborhood they live in,
mm,
so she is not leaving the house any more than she has to.
gotcha.
But this was his year to actually do the 18 plus stuff. Wasn't a whole lot he could do. He did end up going to a liquor store though.
All right.
Yeah, they checked his ID and everything and still sold him hypnotic. So
Wow.
Tight.
What the hell's going on in
Wait.
Baltimore?
You guys, I don't.
That means they did not check his ID. They were just like, yeah, you got
they
that.
did. Yeah, they just looked
They
at
didn't
it.
read shit.
There's like, if he has the confidence to come in here and still show his ID,
Gee.
we gonna sell him this hypnotic. His money's still green. But when he tried to get into one of like the after parties, he couldn't get in because they actually had a legit like card to scan. They had like a scanning machine that said okay. So
Okay.
yeah.
That makes
Anyway,
sense.
anyway.
That makes more sense than checking the ID because fake IDs can be convincing sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they
So they
the,
actually had a means of scanning its legitimacy and age,
Mhm.
I guess. But he did get to go to the burlesque show with my other
Tight.
brother. This was my other brother, my kid brother's first convention period.
Hmm.
So they went to the burlesque show together. They liked that.
Mhm.
Like, okay, cool, something they could do together. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just like, I can't say that I'm over conventions, but it's like, I don't know. It doesn't hit like it used to years ago.
That's real.
Is it the convention itself or is it you?
Might be both. Like there were like panels I was trying to go to and I couldn't get to because it filled up too fast, and, or there just wasn't a lot of presence. So like not a lot of industry presence was there in like previous years. Like if you go to most conventions, you'll have like Viz, Crunchyroll, you know, publishers there making announcements about new stuff coming out, giving out stuff. You usually have like some kind of convention swag bag for just going. Like I had two just going to ASIN and I gave those to my brothers. They didn't have that at Otakon and had the same lanyards that I got from ASIN and C2E2 this year and last year that Viz, I guess, just don't.
So you really could have just snuck in with the same lanyard.
Probably, yeah. And they're like, oh, you need to activate your badge. I activated it. They didn't do shit. And like one of my favorite things is like when they have security guards, it's always like the black staff, and they do not give a fuck about this nerd shit. They be checking bag. I got waved through with all kinds of snacks and outside food, and grandma barely looked at my bag. She just said, go ahead.
Bye,
Mhm.
Whatever you want, baby. Go ahead.
So, but yeah, nowadays, especially when you're in your mid 20s, 30s, you're really just going to these conventions for hookups, alcohol, and sex. Like, let's be real. A lot of folks,
Alcohol.
the conventions
They sold weed outside.
themselves, you're just going there for the party. Unless you're like competing with your cosplay kind of stuff,
I'm trying to get drunk.
you just there to party. It's like hotel party type stuff, and that's not my scene. So it's like I'm really here for like the artist alley. That's another thing I'm geeking out about. I've started making an Ita bag. You ever seen those girls that be walking around with like the see-through bags with a whole bunch of pins and shit hanging off of them and stuff?
Is that spelled ETA or
ITA.
ITA?
Yeah. You see it more often when you go to conventions. The folks will have bags, clear backpack looking things with like pins and shit.
For sure.
I started one. It's Spider-Verse related. So all the pins I'm collecting are going to be Miles Morales Spider-Verse characters. Mainly the people of color, like sorry, not sorry, Gwen, you're not going to be in my bag.
The white menace, Gwen Stacy.
It is everybody brown from the Spider-Verse is in my bag. So right now I just have Miles 42, Miguel O'Hara, clearly, Pav, Hobie Brown, Jessica Drew,
Shout out to her.
and Spider-Bite. So I
Secure
have
idea.
those.
For sure.
But yeah, so that was last week, and then this week I saw TMNT.
Don't
Mayhem.
spoil too much because I haven't seen it yet.
Nigga, shut up! I'm not gonna.
I'm just letting you know.
God
You-
damn!
man,
Hold
spoils
on, give
every-
me a chance to
I'm just
fucking
saying.
talk.
The ball gets
Shut
rolling.
up!
I'm
Just
just
go
saying.
more
God,
for all
shut up!
I'm just saying.
Shut up.
Please don't
Anyway,
spoil it.
shut up.
That's
Can
all
I
gotta say.
finish? Can I talk?
Please, but just
I'm
don't spoil
I'm
it.
about to spoil just because you get on my
Oh, you
nerves.
wanna
But
spoil.
anyway, shut the fuck up. The point is,
Let it-
so first of all, I want to give it credit for being a brisk
Wait, real
hour
quick.
and 30 minutes.
Before you finish this, can you now name the Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm not even going to ask you. I'm just going to take you at your word. Because last time it hurt when you couldn't name it.
Shut up. Anyway, the
mean, it's
movie's
hard.
like an hour 30 minutes. Like it did not drag at all. It moved in a way that felt good. Like it could have been like a TV movie, honestly. Like they could have aired this on Nickelodeon.
I'm sure they will.
But visually it was ugly, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
Like I described it as being ugly, but like Mob Psycho. Like Mob Psycho is ugly, but the animation and watching it is gorgeous. Same with TMNT. I love that the turtles were all voiced by like teenage boys. Like
That
they
changed.
sound like teenage boys. Their dialogue felt like teenage boys. A lot of pop culture references. You know, the MCU exists in this world. Ferris Bueller exists in this world. Attack on Titan. Like Donnie is a huge anime nerd fan. He's wearing like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure shirt at one point. Honestly, I think Donnie was probably my favorite. Like he's nerdy, but like he was coming for Leo all the time. Also, they use Riz. They like to say Riz. I'm like, God, these are definitely the kids of
What does
now.
Riz mean?
You have charisma. That's basically what it is.
Had
They're
nothing
like-
to do with the RZA? Because that's disappointing.
No.
They're like Leo, you have no Riz, so you're not gonna get a girlfriend type stuff. But it was like fun ribbing, like you would expect from
Teenage
boys.
actual teenage boys.
Yeah, teenage brothers. Like Raph is like, he's like, I love y'all, but I can't keep seeing y'all all the time. I need new friends. So that was cool. And even like the villain, Superfly, voiced by Ice Cube, he did a good job. His motives made sense. It's funny because like his motives.
Oh, we talking about motives?
His motives low-key felt like, I don't know if anyone's been watching the current season of Jujutsu Kaisen, but the final episode of the first half of the current arc ended, in which we saw Ghetto. He's like the villain in the main series. We see how he got to his mindset, and it's like, I mean, when you see what he went through, you see why he has gone the path that he's decided. You know, like it's them or us, and I choose us kind of thing. But yeah, all that to say, it was fun. TMNT Mayhem, it was fun. Jujutsu Kaisen, not so much. It was very heartbreaking, but still recommend it. But I also recommend TMNT. It was fun.
I feel could you call it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Every time you say TMNT, I'm like, I've never heard it called that by a person.
Oh well,
you know, the TMNT
class of 1989. I've been a Ninja Turtles fan my whole life.
Okay, well, I will say this doesn't necessarily make me a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I would watch a series. I'll watch like a second movie. I'll watch a second movie for sure. And would probably watch a series. I don't like the trend of apparently having one of the turtles have a crush on April O'Neil.
That's kind of a spoiler, but okay.
Well, not really. Well, I guess it depends on what trailer you've seen. But apparently this is a newer thing. Where
Michelangelo had a crush on Megan Fox.
Yeah, so it was Michelangelo in the live action.
Don't say who it wasn't.
I won't. I'll just say it's a different turtle this time. Because in the animated series, in one of the animated series on Nickelodeon, it was Donnie who had a crush on her. And now in this movie, it's someone else. And I'm like, it's kind of weird. But
I'm cutting off the math in my head.
Thanks.
It's just gonna say Michelangelo to me.
Like I said, it's someone different this time around. But at least they're the same age. Like April O'Neil is a kid. In the other one, well, in the Nickelodeon version, she's a kid as well. But apparently, she's always with Casey. That's who she usually ends up with.
Good old Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Batman in a hockey mask.
Basically.
Yeah. But yeah.
Which is way scarier than the bat. Let me throw that out.
Yeah, he got like a hockey stick too. Like he's like Jason.
A man runs up on you in the mascot outfit, you're gonna ask him what he's doing. A man runs up on you in a hockey mask on the street, fear immediately.
But yeah, highly recommend seeing it. You know, very fun. Don't necessarily need to see it in theaters. I heard seeing it in 3D is actually pretty good. Like the art style.
It looks like it would make it cool.
Yeah, it does look like
it. Yeah, the art style lends itself to 3D. So if you are going to see it in theaters, see it in 3D. Otherwise, you know, you can wait. And then I also went to the North Face Climbing Festival.
Now,
the same day.
I saw that in the chat. Why'd you go to that? That doesn't seem like you're in your wheelhouse.
Listen, everyone was on me about that. They're like, Simon, that sounds physical. And I'm like,
hell no.
I just choose not to be physical. I could probably be physical, and I kind of am interested in. Apparently they
numb after rock climbing.
Apparently they call it bouldering, but yeah,
you're not grabbing on. You're like wedging your hand in someplace, and then
like I recorded some of it. You can see it on Facebook and my Instagram.
There's a lot of shit I'm not doing.
Yeah, but like some of it looked
bouldering. No.
It looked interesting. The competition was $10,000, but that one was like, if you fell into Lake Michigan.
So I gotta wedge my fist between something, try not to break my wrist or get my hand stuck.
Look, they were like jumping.
I might body splash into.
They're jumping into the next like footholds, and then they're jumping right into Lake Michigan. There were like lifeguards and stuff.
What was the name of the event?
The North Face.
Climbing Face.
Oh, Climbing
North Face Climbing Festival. Yeah.
Let me check this out.
This is where everybody go to climb walls.
So
it sounds interesting.
It was a miserable day yesterday, though.
It looks like
what was the problem?
Put the whole thing
it
on.
was rainy, and they were still climbing, like wet surface climbing, slipping off. It was like on the edge of the dock, so it was like slightly swaying too.
The wall was swaying?
Yeah, because it was like on the.
Can I ask, were there any people of color
competing? No.
Yeah, this seems like a white and Asian thing only.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of Koreans there.
Yeah, My friend who's Korean does wall climbing. Well, one of my Korean friends.
I was just listening to them just kind of geek out about like I guess the techniques and stuff.
Ooh,
Oh,
Right.
people have fallen from higher up.
that was scary to see.
But I'm like, maybe I could do this. Not that.
I mean,
but like
Oh, really? Ashley, this is something you would spend time on.
maybe.
You would get out the house for this.
Yeah. It's something I can do solo. Look, there's a black person. She was a lifeguard.
Oh.
breaking stereotypes.
It got that.
Look at that. Look at that. We can swim and save
There
lives.
you go.
Won't we do it?
Come on
Anyway.
now.
But I went because it was free,
Ooh.
and there was like a VIP lounge you could go to,
Mm-hmm.
and yo, they actually had food.
This is
Right.
free. Like how? Like it was
Just
free
go.
for
I mean,
everybody,
it's-
or you?
yeah, it's
It was free for everybody.
Huh.
Dang, man.
Yeah,
You
so like
got
all
paid.
you had to do,
It was hot.
like, if you sign up for the North Face rewards programs called like Explore,
Mhm.
then when you checked in, the first like 500 people got a drink ticket.
Nice.
I
So
thought
I got
so. Dude, North Face make climbing clothes or something like that? Cause
Yeah, so.
I thought they only made jackets. You know,
They
I
make
ain't know they were
everything.
making climbing
Yeah.
clothes. I ain't wear nothing else North Face but a jacket.
Yeah, I think.
But
it
yeah,
was
they had
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
free. So it was at the
Don't think about
offshore.
climbing.
I don't know if you're familiar with the offshore rooftop bar at the Navy Pier,
Mm-mm.
but that's where it was hosted. So I got a free
Oh,
drink.
that is Navy Pier. Yeah.
Mhm.
They had a whole bunch of food. Like they had food. Yeah, well, not food.
Did they have
like,
chicken wings?
They had chicken tenders,
Ah.
French fries, pizza.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Either way, they had a whole.
If it was a
bunch.
movie theater, it'd be a different story.
I was not expecting there to actually be food. Like I thought it was just gonna be like you'll be shielded from the rain because you're indoors and you get a free drink ticket. But it was like rotating food out because like I came at 2 so I could get my free drink ticket and it was like free entry to come back in. So I'm like, let me get my drink ticket so I can come back later and then I'll eat food and drink after I watch TMNT, which is what I ended up doing. I wanted to stay to see Benny Benassi, the
Who's that?
DJ.
Oh
the
boy.
DJ. Yeah,
You're an old boy?
but I was tired at that point. It was 9 o'clock. I had been out the house since at
I'm on the
least
baddest
noon.
motherfuckers of all time.
It was rainy. It's also Lollapalooza weekend. I was not trying to get stuck trying to get back up north with a bunch of rowdy 20-something-year-olds.
Mhm.
So I just
I
went
thought
home.
it was.
Now, when that guy made it to the top, do you have to jump off after?
Yes. You can either
Half of
climb
it.
down, you
Yeah.
can climb down a little bit like he's doing,
I'm shocked that
but
he
at
his
a
fingers.
point you still have to jump. One dude had like lost his footing, so he like splashed on his back and they kept replaying it.
Did they play that Splish Splash song from the 1960s?
No.
Splish Splash while you're taking on my.
I'm glad you sang that song just in case we hadn't we didn't know what you were talking about.
But no.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Nice.
might be something I will do on my own, you know.
Oh, so you ain't trying to invite nobody. You don't want nobody else to see.
Well, that's the thing. It's like stuff. Well, I be inviting y'all niggas stuff all the time, and y'all can't go. So
Nah, son, I was trying to go see Turtles with you, and he was all like, "No, we gotta go. This is that time." Man.
well, and then I told you, and then I asked again, like, who's available to go at 3? Because that was the one I ended up going to. I went to the
Obviously,
320.
Elton was. Well, not anymore. I went to go help Kendra.
Yeah, the 321 was like the last one for matinee,
Mm-hmm.
and I found $1 on my way there, so that was great. So I
I
made $1 yesterday. It was a great day.
There you go.
Anyway, so yeah, I might get into bouldering. You know,
Get
something I can do.
get one of those squeeze weights because I'm telling you, the amount of pain in your fingers and forearms after rock climbing is immense.
I mean,
It lasts for like a day or two.
A lot of them were fit. I will give them that. I was
Mhm.
like, if anything,
Gotta
I'm
be.
going because I want to see hot dudes do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't necessarily all hot in the face, but like body type, I'm like, okay, so clearly I want a climber type body.
So out of 10, was that expectation met? Was it like 10 out of 10 skinny dudes climbing walls?
They weren't skinny. They were actually fairly fit.
I mean, I'm not saying that you can't be fit and skinny, but I imagine
Yeah,
to be a
no.
good climber, you can't be 230 pounds.
I mean, if you Spider-Man, you know, Miguel O'Hara looks like he a good 200 something.
He's also Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Not just leaves that out of the
You know what I'm
equation.
saying?
He also can lift the bus.
Spider-Man.
Anyway, But yeah, yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, it was
Man,
mid.
they're neck and neck.
Yeah, and listen, this is real time, so it took them like what 20 seconds to get up that wall.
Motherfuckers been practicing.
Yeah.
Get up this
It was
wall.
like, look, like it was like a matter
Get up
of
these walls, right?
seconds. Like you cannot hang on; they will be on your ass. You got to get up there. Yeah, they got $10,000 if they won.
That was good.
That's
Easy
real.
10 grand. Cool. All right, well, thank you, Ash. DJ Locard.
Damn, that was loud.
Yeah.
Shit. Yo, let me see. This I blurred out about. First off, I want to say shout outs to all the young people that came out to the what was that? What Woodland?
Day of play.
Day of play. That was fun. It was great, man. All the kids had a good time. Well, we met the Bubble Man. This dude, he literally he does bubble art or whatever.
Oh.
He was like,
wow.
He was not in a bubble.
nah.
Yeah.
He put some kids in the bubble. That was interesting. But shout outs to the the Chicago Public Library on 95th, man, Woodson Library, and Kendra,
For sure.
their head librarian, making all these young black folks and these young kids have a great time. And it's always great to see her in her element doing her thing. There was this one shorty who made so they had like the stacks of cups and whatnot, and you supposed to like try to make a tower. This kid made a tower almost to the ceiling. Literally, it was like I think like 30 things high or whatever, and we was trying to protect this kid at all costs. Because you got the short, like the little babies that's there too. So they like a couple of them, they was just like people was trying to build stuff, and then the kids just like
Came running through. Yeah.
and it's like this one little boy, he cried so many times. And it's like his dad kept on trying to be like on some, so we can build it again. Build it again.
Not the same, Dad.
And that shit was fine the first time, but dog, like after the third time, I looked at the dad, I was like, you better not say that shit now one more time, man. Come on, dog. I'll be pissed off. Pissed off. He was sad as shit.
That
But
kid must not have siblings.
Shout outs to the he was little though. It was a little bitty kid too. You know what I mean? So I
Ain't
think
got no
the-
siblings. You learn early. Ain't nothing sacred when you got siblings.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
I was that sibling.
But yeah, I think the
you built
kid.
something? I ain't do nothing.
Yeah, I think the dude who ended up getting it all the way up to the top of, I think he was like in middle school or whatever.
Okay.
So he's a little bit older than some of the other kids. So it was like when he got about halfway there, we were like, okay, now you ain't knocking this shit on, man. Let him.
You need a chair after a while.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But it was real cool, man. We had a real good time yesterday. Also, just did the dim sum 5K, 10K run. Shout outs to everybody that came out and ran early in the morning and shit. They made a good amount of cash. You know what I'm saying? So as y'all continue to build, that means y'all can pay the DJ and the host. Even more every year. So keep on coming out and supporting. So your boy can start getting paid just a tad bit more to do things that he loves to do. Shout out to everybody that came to Stomping Grounds this week. We had some technical difficulties online, but as y'all can see, everything is running fine now on my end. So we'll see you all next month. It will be on a special Monday this month, which is on the 28th. As far as just like shows that I've been checking out, movies, all that kind of stuff. Heels season 2 is back. I watched the first episode. Heels. It's a wrestling TV show. HEELLS. Yeah. So Heels like the bad guy of the person that you're supposed to root against. But
The Rock when he first started.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So Heels is back on season 2. I'm enjoying it. The first
This is a
episode.
scripted show?
It's a scripted show.
Nice.
It's about a family, a wrestling family whose father started an indie league. An indie league is like for independent, so it's independent wrestling league.
Thank you for explaining what it is.
Yeah, there you go. So it's like a small independent league and whatnot that's all professional wrestling, and their dad had died. So it's not a spoiler because like it's kind of the premise of the show or whatever. But their father dies in the beginning, so the sons go ahead and take on the business and try to keep it alive. So it's called the Duffy, and it's starring Stephen Amell. You know what I mean? He's not the most liked person right now. You know what I'm saying? Some people just just
you're not gonna get everybody.
You just keep your mouth shut. You know what I mean? and in both sides, I can understand where you're coming from, but this is one of the things where he's like, you just be quiet, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's the dude who said like he's with his people, but he don't agree with the method.
Right now,
Yeah.
because he can't promote. For him, it's like he can't promote his show. Like I just dropped a show that I've been working on, and now I can't promote it because y'all striking.
I get where he's coming from.
I get where you're coming from.
But if your whole,
But you ain't have to express that.
Sometimes
not to the public.
You just kind of want to keep that to yourself,
right? Like,
You know what
I
I'm saying?
support him, but don't even say nothing, nigga. Don't say nothing.
Yeah, bro. This is one of the things where I was like, you just
could just wrote it down in your journal. Or something.
Right.
Tell it to your therapist.
This some bullshit. I just came out with my show. I left Green Arrow for this shit.
Earthquake said the same thing. He was like, stand-up comedian Earthquake was on Drink Champs, and he was like, they asked him like, do you ever want a show? And he was like, so I can't really complain about it, but I did have a show in the works. And Nori was like, what's happening? He was like, nigga, they striking.
Yeah.
Like I can't. This is not the time for me to have a show.
Exactly. Right now, Earthquake would be someone I think would be great with a show. I think he's a extremely funny comedian. So I would love to see what he did if he actually had like a full-on show that like,
I'm imagining the Bernie Mac show.
So,
Sanford and Son somewhere around.
Yeah, that's what I would think. I don't know why they gave Michael Blackson a show.
Man, I do not. He's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
What? Like a stand-up?
Yeah.
Or
And he's calling he had one of the kids in like he's like works in the school and one of the kids called him a bitch ass Nika, which is interesting. I'm like, I know some kids curse, but damn. Damn.
They telling me can't get jiggy with this shit.
I guess so. I'm like,
did you know about Snaps?
Something like that. I don't remember.
Did you know about it's like a show where they talked about like it did a lot of Yo Mama jokes and all that.
Yeah, I remember that.
About the one back in the day.
He's on there and he was regular, right?
Yeah, I just discovered that.
Yeah, man,
he's been around that long. I thought he was newer.
Yeah, he really ain't got that. He wasn't born with that accent. He made that shit up for his.
Because he's from Africa.
And he's never been funny.
Nah,
he's funny in interviews.
Nah,
I
shout out
like
to Wildin' Out though, man. Like Wildin' Out's on like season 20, like 26 or something.
Listen, man, it's the fast.
Like who's lying to black people?
Yo, it's like if I don't know why people don't talk about this enough, but it really is the next generation of what could have happened with In Living Color, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and it's launched a lot of.
Do you remember the Lyricist Lounge show?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
it's the Lyricist Lounge show.
Yeah,
just with more change.
How did that theme song go? It's in my.
What we at? The Lyricist Lounge show.
Yeah.
The Lyricist. I remember KRS-One did a commercial, and the beat they played I never heard again in my life, but it's still one of the best beats I've ever heard. I hate it when like a good beat is like either in the intro to an album or on a commercial. It's like, come on, man, you could have used that for anything.
Yeah,
but that's off topic.
But no, I mean, but yeah, I said shout outs to them too, because like Michael Blackson, Cat Williams, all of them kind of. Averion Crockett, all came from Wildin' Out, man. So shout outs to them because they really have DC, and they still doing it with DC Young Fly and the whole
and the 85
South show. Saw that on Netflix. It was also really good.
Yeah, they're funny. They're like back of the bus funny.
Yeah, seriously.
Like
that should be a TV show.
I mean, that's basically,
it is.
That's Wildin' Out. That's basically what Wildin' Out is. You know what I mean? 85 South and Wildin' Out is like. You get all the kids that was funny in the back of the bus and have them snap on each other and just, have fun. So shout outs to them. New season of Harley Quinn is out. Just saw the first episode. Yes.
All of the episodes?
I think only the first couple episodes.
Shit. I gotta turn that on.
For sure.
Watched the first episode, enjoyed it. On the second episode right now, but I needed to take a nap because your boy is tired. But hey, sorry,
we old.
I mean, it's real.
It's gonna happen. These,
you know what I'm saying? But got through the first episode, enjoyed it very, very much, man. I love Harley Quinn. It's one of my favorite shows. The first episode they rag on Professor Pig who's a really kind of obscure Batman villain that came around in the Jeff Johns series.
The one didn't
he has the big face.
Damien had to deal with him.
Yeah.
That was fucking weird.
Which is there's a scene I know you're gonna love. I ain't gonna spoil it for you, Ashley, but there's a really funny scene with Damien where you're like, oh, that's so Damien. But Professor Pig is trying to decapitate models of their favorite body parts on certain models. and they're going through the magazines of like finding the model that's like of the most, like, the most. They have a magazine that talks about the most attractive people in Gotham, and of course, one of the people that's in there that's like the number 2 sexiest person in Gotham just so happens to be Nightwing because of his ass.
His ass, hello, best ass in all of the DC universe. Hello.
Every time I see a meme about Nightwing's ass.
So yeah,
like, this is what he's
Professor
famous
Pig
for.
is trying
It's a
to
nice
kidnap
ass.
Nightwing so that he can cut his ass off. I'm not gonna tell you what he's trying to do with his ass. That's for you to watch for yourself. But that is an episode.
Yo, what is that? I
Like,
love
with
it.
a guillotin? How?
Hey, look, I'm not gonna.
Look,
spoil it
I
for
don't
you.
know. How do you get
Sandwich knife.
Yo,
ass. I love it. Look, I am sold.
I was like,
I'm sold.
oh man, so that show continues to get better and better, man. I love Harley Quinn, man.
Oh, they got the Joker thing.
From
damn!
how did I
the first
forget?
Batman movie.
I almost forgot. Sorry. Saw speaking of Harley Quinn, I saw Barbie last week.
How was that?
It was good. You know what I mean? It was goofy as shit. You know, I most definitely had a couple of moments where I was like, this is the dumbest shit I have ever watched. A few times, like in the beginning, but there was some genuine moments where I was like, you know what? I didn't expect shit out of Barbie, and I'm glad that I watched it for the most part because it was a few things that were like no try not to, I mean, it's been out for a week. I can talk a little bit about it now.
I mean, I know it's supposed to be like Barbie has an existential crisis. Like
Yeah.
the moment she's at a dance party talking about, have anyone thought about death? I'm like, okay, so we gonna go somewhere.
Yeah,
Her questioning existence as a Barbie.
So to not spoil anything, to let you know, like, so there is like a certain reason for why she's feeling that way, and when you figure out like what it is, you're like, ha, that's funny. But also, they do something really interesting with the character that I kind of enjoy, which is like they have all these different representations of like all the different Barbie. Like every Barbie that's in this is like based off of like something that was actually happening within Barbie, and
like actual Barbie doll.
Yeah, like it was an actual Barbie doll that represents each one of these Barbies that are like in this show, and which was really funny. I like what they did with Ken too. It's super silly and homoerotic. What they do.
I mean, it's Ken. So.
It's hilarious, man. Like that, I do think that they spent a little too much time on Ken at some points in the movie. I'm just like, all right, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
Pay Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, they was like, we about to get all this Ryan Gosling money that we possibly can for this shit. Because boy, oh boy. But yeah, no, like one of the things, like with all the different representations of Barbie that they have in the movie, the thing that this Barbie ultimately wants, I think, is a really interesting message, especially like for those who work and give a lot of themselves. You know what I'm saying? So like the message is like one of the things that this Barbie wants is just be a person. You know what I mean?
Not a symbol.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like, and it's funny that the most stereotypical Barbie is the one that wants that. Because at this point, like she's had like, is Barbie still, you know, what these girls need? Is she still relevant to all the young girls? The perfect white blonde Barbie that can do anything is she still relevant? You know what I'm saying? And since she's not relevant anymore, then what's her purpose? So you know what I mean? They tackle some deep shit in there too, as well. So you know what I mean?
Does it hate men though?
I mean,
is it a leftist wonderland?
I mean, I look at it like this. I look at it in the same way that people talk about like Pepe Le Pew. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
where are you going with this?
Hear me out.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that is a concern for a lot of people.
For
sure.
I don't think that anybody wanted to be like Pepe. I don't think that the purpose of that character was for folks to go, hey, I should be like that guy. It's like,
but it also added to the ethos of like, you should chase women until they get tired and then they can't say no to you anymore. Like that whole thing that you learn from movies where it's like he got the pretty girl because he just kept asking her out and calling her, and it's like
in the same token, I feel like that's why Pepe was created, to show you that person is not okay. You know what I'm saying?
Not in the fifth.
Yeah, like because old girl was always horrified by him.
Yeah.
And, but you,
But it was still played up as laughs.
Yeah.
it's a bit of both. It's a both. Like if you watch, like Peppy doesn't get the girl, and he also gets the comeuppance at the end. So in the same way, where they're saying like with men in this particular movie, you don't want to be like these men. You know what I'm saying? So it does go kind of like above and beyond of like how in the most ridiculousness of it, where you're like, okay, these dudes, yeah, they're poking fun at dudes, but not like if you go in there, you're like, oh my god, they just hate men. It's like in the same token, it's like, but they're making it's so exaggerated that it's like, come on, dog, you're just being silly. No dude actually acts like that. And then the ones that do act like that, they're jackasses. So
people still like them though. You know, they can still be like president of the United States.
Right. And I think what a lot of people get mad at with movies like this is when there's not a representation of a quote unquote good man. Like if it's a movie that's like Will Ferrell, if it's a Will Ferrell movie and he's just being the goofy one, but there's a straight man in the movie, no one has a problem with him being the goofy man in the movie. But if all the dudes in the movie are goofy, like now there's a problem with the movie because all the men are goofy and the only competent ones are women. Why only the women are competent? It's like, are you watching the movie? There's probably a message in there for why all the dudes are being goofy.
And the role has been reversed since television has been a thing, since stories have been a thing in America.
Yeah. I would say from a dude's perspective, you know what I mean? In taking the Ken character and whatnot, it does do a really interesting allegory with the good guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, as in, like Ken's whole purpose of being is to be noticed by Barbie. Like that's all he lives for.
He's literally an accessory to Barbie.
Basically, that's it. So then, like, what if Barbie don't want him?
Yeah.
What if Barbie never wanted him?
Or
that's what the Max was about.
And also,
shout out to MTV.
I love the Max, by the way.
Yeah.
And also, what if Barbie does not? It's like in all of Barbie's independence, then what the fuck does she need Ken for? And they kind of play off that a little bit too. So he's kind of like just there. So then what happens to a dude that's been neglected and doesn't feel needed and lives in a world where he's supposed to be going after this person and that person does not need him? Now, what happens when he gets around a bunch of other what happens when he sees patriarchy?
They get a podcast.
He becomes a senator.
No, I mean,
becomes
a
CEO of a Fortune 500.
You become passport bros and get a passport.
You gotta have to watch the movie or whatever. But yeah, you like Ken explores what happens when you
That's probably why men who were mad at it were mad. They're like, hey, that's me.
I mean.
This is coming from someone who hasn't seen the movie though, so I'm hit dog's gonna holler.
Hey, man, and so yeah, it's an interesting, it's a very exaggerated, interesting, but Barbie got some deep shit in it too. So that,
I think the only complaint I heard about this movie is it doesn't really know what it wants to be. Like it covers so many subjects that. Yeah, it feels disjointed. It's from what I'm hearing. Again, I haven't seen
No. I mean, it has a lot of that. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of kind of throwing some things at the wall, but I think the stuff that it does land pretty well. And the stuff that's just like kind of ridiculous is also just kind of like really, really ridiculous. But shout outs to Margot Robbie, who was single-handedly saving the WB, because after the blunder of the Flash, like Margot Robbie has been the most consistent thing out of Warner Brothers. So shout outs to Margot Robbie for saving this company, because I know they made mad money.
Records, huh?
Mad money, yo, for real.
Oh, yeah. The movie made $1 billion.
Yeah, easily.
And I want to say it cleared $1 billion like yesterday or the day before.
And like, here's the crazy thing. I ain't seen people try to go to a theater in droves in a long time.
For sure.
And I'm talking about the Western Theater, like Regal. It was packed.
Nice.
It was packed.
So she also saving the movie theater.
Yo, I'm telling you.
Look, this is what Mission Impossible was trying to do.
There it is.
Nah, and Margot Robbie up here making it happen. You know what I'm saying? My friend was texting me while she was in the film. She's like, her thing says, it made me cry, and I thought of a few good points, but it was a lot more ambitious than I expected. You know what I mean? So it's like, and she was also complaining in the movie, like, this is so stupid. You know what I mean? Like, but it was something
like stupid, like Austin Powers stupid.
Yes.
It's a good
Yeah.
stupid.
It's a good
Good
stupid, but it's also just like, yo, this is kind of ridiculous, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
Also, it's more for adults than kids, from what I hear. Like,
Hmm.
a lot of the jokes are gonna go over the kids' heads.
A
Like
lot of them.
the imagery of like all the pink stuff and all the pretty stuff, the kids would like to look at. Like, put the movie on mute and they might enjoy it.
Mhm.
But between the length and the subject matter, I think this is very much for millennials who grew up with Barbies and what Barbie was supposed to represent for them. It's like, you're a girl, you can be these things because look, it's a doll. Look, it's a brown doll like you. And like, me personally, I had Barbies, but I didn't look to them as like an idol of like, I could be this. I was like, ooh, this is a pretty thing that I want to play with. I had the ballerina one and I had the pregnant one.
and
I
they,
ain't trying to be a ballerina and I ain't trying to have no kids. So,
and they address that shit too.
it's like these are not the ideals of what I wanted to be. These were the like constructs that I wanted to play with in the scenarios I was creating with my playhouse. I need a pregnant one. I need her husband. I want the ballerina because it's sparkly. That's it. These weren't what I was looking to be as a representation of like, oh, I could be that when I grow up. That wasn't it at all.
Looking for Barbie, but I found Barbie. So that's the same thousand song. Never mind. We'll stop.
Plug. Okay.
Well, speaking of DJ Yellow Curry, does that conclude?
Oh,
your
100%. 100%. If it gets a ding for me,
There you go. A ding out of 10.
I give it a solid 8.
Ashley, Ninja Turtles out of 10.
An 8.5.
It's not bad.
That works.
My parents would be proud of that
It
grade.
was the timing. Again, the timing. You got in, you got out, you got a story, you never felt bored.
Nice. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And random hip hop quotes from what I hear.
Yeah,
From Ice Cube. And just the soundtrack in general was
For sure.
pretty fun.
So very special guest, Sam Thousand.
Blurt it out.
I really gotta turn that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Like getting punched in the ears. What you got to blurt out about, Sam Thousand?
Yeah, first I gotta say, man, I wish I had enough time to watch all these shows that y'all talking about.
You out here working, son.
But yeah, and lately I've been, I don't know, a lot of my stuff is very particular to either music or DJ LO Car and I we've been talking a lot of just checking in with each other. I've been doing a lot of meditating. I've been really trying to recenter myself, but also to kind of create a good platform to kind of build off of creatively because I'm coming into a creative space. But yeah, Shabrations. I have
talk about Shabrations for a second.
Yeah, so Shabrations is an idea that really started early on in like 2017. It was just an idea of really just trying to use to create a platform to promote other artists in Chicago, and our niche that we chose was just soul artists, singers, live bands. It was in a time where hip hop was just the only thing talked about when it came to Chicago music. And so we did like 3 years strong, 17, 18, and 19. And coming out of the pandemic, I was like, man, it'd be really cool if we were actually, celebrating performance art in Chicago in general. So, so right now I'm running a campaign through the 3 Arts Network. Okay. They have a platform that's kind of like a Kickstarter, but it's with their 3 Arts artists. Where they're able to campaign and raise some funds for projects or different ideas. So our idea is to create a media platform for performing artists in Chicago, and also to be able to tell their stories, to be able to just have a space to live and vibe with each other. But also it'll be a platform for resources, be a platform for collaboration. And then also another big thing that I'm really trying to hone in with this platform is having a niche and a lane for artists to be able to find like artist specific things like events like open mics and jam sessions, right? Okay. So there's no like community calendar where you can see that. There's a lot of people putting up their performances and their events like that.
Mhm.
And it is pretty prevalent right now, for like the need. It's a sign of the times where like there are some groups that are like, hey, here are all the things we found that are going on,
Mhm.
and this is like separate from like the city's do 312 or the city's
Yeah.
tourism channels.
Mhm.
But there's like literally artist collectives or folks who are just a part of the scene.
Mhm.
But haven't seen anything around open mics and jam sessions. So that's going to be our scene, and it'll be a lot easier too because that's like a dozen or a little more. When you're trying to keep up with every artist and everything they got going on, that
Yeah.
that's really tough.
For sure.
So yeah, so Shybrations, we're raising funds right now. You can click on my link in my bio on IG, and donate. You can donate as little as $20. If you got $20 to support, please do that. We are very close to reaching our goal. Our goal is $6,000, and we are about 1,500 away. So we are making headway. And what the $6,000 is to actually just to create a pilot program. A pilot show where you can actually watch an episode of some performances, some documentation, some interviews, and other things, So we just want to be able to give a glimpse and show what this platform could look like.
Very dope.
Yeah.
Very dope.
So that's Shybrations. Thanks for your help, Elo Kari.
For sure.
I have a live album that's dropping this month. Actually, it's dropping on my birthday, on the 15th.
Happy
I'm gonna
early
be.
birthday.
Thank you. I'm gonna be promoting a good amount of it this week and this coming weekend. Just to kind of let people know what's going on. So I have a band called the Soul Vortex.
Okay.
And the Soul Vortex, since about like 2016, we've been like just doing a lot of shows around the city. Our home base before the pandemic was the California Clipper. Nowadays it's at Dorian's. And what I mean by that is we play there monthly. We have a residency. But what we specifically do is kind of mixing a lot of my originals with some really unique covers and mashups. And we just rock the show. We rock the stage. We were really engaging and uplifting. All of the musicians are beasts. So it's really great to just be on stages and perform with them. And fun fact, like we had been playing for, I think, since 2016, and come 2019 when we put this live album together, we probably did like our 5th and 6th rehearsal. So a lot of our performances were very imbued with improv.
Nice.
And we just know what songs we're playing, but it's not gonna always start the same. It's not gonna always end the same. It's not gonna always take the same route from point A to Z. But that's the journey, and that's where the fun is. And to also do that together and make the magic on stage in front of people, live in front of people, and they're like, "Wow, this is great," and we're like, "Wow, yeah, that just happened." So yeah, it's really nice that it's really great, and I feel very grateful that we were able to get together and record this live album prior to the pandemic, because it was December 2019. We had no idea what was coming up in the next 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, man.
And if we wouldn't have done it then, that momentum just would have been lost. We had so much momentum just because of the consistency, And while that was going on, I also had another band called Acoustic Audile, which is a band that I play ukulele in. I play trumpet and I sing as well. I picked up.
How many instruments did you play?
Well, I mainly play the trumpet. I just dabble and write on a lot of other instruments. Well, not a lot, but on other instruments. So I write on the keys. I produce. I write on the ukulele. The reason why I picked up the ukulele was like when I was coming up on the open mic scene. Actually, I play trumpet and I sing, and I can't do them both at the same time. And I will always have to like engage with like a pianist or a guitarist to come with me to an open mic that doesn't pay. And now I'm asking them to just support me, and it's not always easy to do that. Though I did have folks support me. So I was like, maybe I should just learn how to, accompany myself, and so I can be, self-sufficient, right? And so thinking about a piano, like it was like, nah, that's too many components. I was like, okay, let me go to this guitar shop. So I was on tour with this band Sidewalk Chalk. That we
Don't
all
say that all nonchalant. We're just on this tour. This band called
we all
Sidewalk.
quit our jobs at the same time and was like, we're gonna pursue this thing. We went on our first big tour for about 2 to 3 months.
Nice.
And yeah, while I was on tour with them, shout out to the fam, Sidewalk Chalk. We were in Boston. I went into this guitar shop and I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna check out some guitars. Maybe I'll get a guitar, who knows? And then as I'm walking in, one of the first things I see is like this wall with some ukuleles. And I'm like, yo, that is smaller. It looks more compact. It looks easier. It has fewer strings. Seems like a good first step. I'm coming from a monophonic instrument where I can only play one note at a time and trying to switch to a polyphonic instrument, right? So I'm just like, let me just get something that seems a little easier. And so I picked up the uke, and like within 24 hours I had the song Paradise.
Nice.
And then I just started writing and kept writing, and I eventually had a 5 or 6 song EP that I recorded in my bedroom.
What's the name of that EP?
Sam Trump Plays the Uke.
Nice.
Yeah, because I wanted to kind of model it off of like jazz albums. It'd be like for instance, Chet Baker Sings. Chet Baker Sings and Plays or whatever. So they would always have those, not always, but they would have these type of titles. They were just pretty literal. They kind of show that this person is doing something different. So so I brought that up to say that I put together a band called Acoustic Audile, and this band was used to promote the album, the EP dropping, and then that started in 2013, and it's still happening. It's still alive with just some different members. This past Friday, we did a really dope show at Navy Pier at the Lake Stage. It was super smooth. And we did something that we've never done before, even over these last 10 years, is we added string players
Nice.
to this. So the group is a percussion. The percussionist plays cajon and other percussion toys, upright bass, acoustic guitar, flute, bass clarinet, and myself on vocals and ukulele and trumpet. And then we added a violinist and a cellist as well. So it was a really, really cool vibe off the lake. Everybody was just chilled out. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty dope. So yeah, I've just been maintaining these 2 groups, and then I also play with different groups. I play with wedding bands as well on the weekend.
Okay.
I have several projects, and I've been doing a lot of solo performance ever since the pandemic started. Actually, I started right before the pandemic, but it just kind of helped transition.
For sure.
I'll be doing a little bit of that today as well. But yeah, just staying busy. Just staying busy. One thing right now, I'm really looking to kind of slow down, coming into this fall winter season, so I can get some music out, because I haven't really released a project under the Sam 1000 brand, ever since I changed my name about a year and a half ago now. So I have a lot of music in the vault. And so
how many projects do you have that people can, well, first, where are your projects housed, and then how many projects do you have?
Yeah, so my projects are on all streaming services, the Apple Music and Spotify and Tidals, and you can also find them on SoundCloud, but it's under the name Sam Trump, because all of that music was released before I rebranded in 2022. So you can check that out. I have 2 EPs. I have Sam Trump Plays the Uke. I have Love Notes EP, and I have, DJ LO Carr has spun a lot of Love Notes, and also my album Purple Skies. He spun a lot of that, so thank you for that support, bro.
On the show from time to time.
Yeah. So yeah, you can find that on all streaming services. Just search Sam Trump instead of Sam 1000 for now.
So I have 2 questions. One, what are you building towards? Like, do you have an aspiration to be this? And then what's the craziest thing that you've seen from the stage? Because last night I went to see Lionel Richie, and at some point he pointed at the crowd and was like, y'all are doing ungodly things. in front of me while I'm playing these love songs.
God, what in the world?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
We
but
trying to get it in.
Were you not in
somebody
the
was
front row?
down there necking and heavy petting.
Hey, man.
Were you not in the front row? Were you just
Can't be playing these
backstage?
vibes.
We were 3 rows back.
Oh, that's pretty good though.
Yeah.
And you couldn't see all the necking. And
I wasn't trying to
fucking
look for
happening in the
necking, and I was watching
You
the
don't
show.
gotta look for it. Sometimes you
Not
just don't see
everybody.
it.
It's probably deep down though, you know.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
crowd.
Like
was
right,
getting-
and he was
they was
pointing
getting
right
deep
in
down
front of the
now.
stage, like these people right here.
It was gonna get real deep down, baby.
What my plan? So the plans evolve. But I think right now where I'm at is with this rebrand. I'm looking to get music out. But like with that, I don't really have aspirations to be this mega star or anything like that. I have
Okay.
aspirations to have a niche audience and to have just creative music out. I like to have a really great discography eventually of just a good range of music, and so I have a lot of like new direction that's coming out now.
Okay.
Some of the music that I have just sitting, I got about maybe 3 or 4 projects sitting, honestly.
Nice.
And it's all different, I still want to maintain though, because I think my purpose through music is, spreading this idea of love and togetherness and even partnership and romance, especially in the world now where it starts to become a little cloudy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People are afraid of love.
Yeah, and commitment. I think that's the word that they're afraid of,
People are so afraid of heartbreak that they
completely
do a 180 and go in the other direction. Yeah.
But then also there's just so many different types of people now that look at love in different ways, and even partnership in different ways, and there's a lot of people that don't aspire to have a traditional type of partnership, so it's very different, but I just give my perspective and let people take it how they want to take it, and let people receive how they like. But I think what right now a big part of what I'm gearing towards is just being an artist that's releasing some music and doing less performing, because I've been more of a live performer and less of a recording artist. You know what I'm saying? That's really what my last 10 years has been, even though I put out some music. But I want to become more of a recording artist, and I want to become more of a cultural curator in Chicago. And I've been doing those things, but I'm just wanting to do more of it. And Shabrations is a big part of that. So I'm just gearing myself towards that. Raising the funds for the Shabrations campaign will kind of bring us into 2024, with the release of this pilot and all that. And ultimately,
I just mentioned, and I don't want to cut you off, but last time you were here, you mentioned wanting to be a bigger cultural curator in Chicago. So I'm glad you're still on that.
Yeah, and even at the time, I was like booking, just really just standing in for other artists. You know what I'm saying? Because even, it kind of get wild out here. In Chicago, there's a lot of stages, but a lot of artists are being taken advantage of, or being paid, underpaid. You know what I'm saying, and overused. So yeah, sometimes, me going and being a partner to contract, performers in a venue, as an artist, I'm able to like say, hey, no, we can't do it that way. We need to do it this way in order to make sure we are accommodating the artist right.
Which is necessary.
And it's very real. Yeah. So yeah, ultimately, I just want to leave a legacy in Chicago. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I know I'm here for the next, 2 to 3, 4 years, but I'm just thinking long term. You know what I'm saying? I want there to be something where when people come to the city, they're able to find something that can assist them in their journey as artists in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like even something as simple as like, some type of hub or space where they can find out about open mics and jam sessions. I think that, because if you can show me a city who has a jam session scene or who has an open mic scene, you're showing me a very like healthy,
for sure,
artistic community.
For
you know
sure,
what I'm saying?
sure.
That's where we grow as individuals. That's where we grow collectively. That's where we meet folks. That's where we find our collaborators. That's where we're inspired. You know what I'm saying? How many times we come from like the gala and we like, man, I'm ready to go create something. I'm ready to go write something. 100%. So that's like our church, as artists. Those spaces, and so it's important to preserve them, create them, and uplift them and support them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shay.
Second question.
Oh, yeah.
Craziest thing you've seen on stage.
Craziest thing I've
Like you looked out in the
seen on
audience and you were like,
stage.
oh.
Man, I don't really do a lot of those type of shows,
No?
A lot of times, honestly, it's I think some of the craziest times I've had on stage was just captivation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not nothing like wow. You know what I'm saying?
No white women like throwing panties up on the stage.
Have I gotten pennies thrown at
Ain't
me?
got no panties yet.
Let me
No?
see.
Ain't doing no panties up
Let
there.
me see. Let me go through my Rolodex of panties.
Hold on a second. You never had no
I
panties
picture
up
I'm
like
going through the
flipping
Rolodex of shows. Like I don't know. I don't know. I
No?
think I don't think so.
Not even like out
Actually,
on tour?
let me think about Sidewalk Chalk. Yeah, let me think about Sidewalk Chalk days.
Because I've worked in some venues. I worked security at a juvenile show once.
Oh boy.
Whole lot of stuff.
See,
on
that's a
stage.
different vibe.
That's
It is.
juvenile.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
at the same time, like, people inebriated in a space catch a vibe and they do things before they really sit and think, what am I about to do?
As a person
But
who's been
Sam
to,
doesn't give off juvenile vibes.
yeah, I mean, I would say,
I'm not saying that he does, but there are juvenile people in the audience.
Yeah.
No matter what you're playing.
yeah, I'm just trying to think. Like, as a person that's been to a couple of Sam shows, I think the most that you will see is people like genuinely probably like loving on each other. You know what I mean? Like, on some,
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
a lot of people, fall in love at his type of show. You know what I'm saying?
So the stuff happens after the show with them. It's
Yeah,
not,
I'm setting them
not
up.
in the audience.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not Lionel Richie looking down and going like,
It's just
plays
more like
hello,
that
looks
show.
down and sees a couple like,
Hello?
oh, y'all should probably go now.
Is it me you're looking for? Taking off them drawers. Whoa, hold on. Throw it on.
Also,
the
I have
stage.
to assume that like if you're on stage playing polka, somebody's gonna throw their drawers up there.
Come on now.
At some point. With playing polka,
Oh, okay.
you know what polka is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lederhosen, accordion.
Yeah, that's not panty throwing music. I was like,
I don't know
what?
if there's not panty throwing music. I feel like somebody, if Bach is up there rocking on the piano, somebody's gonna throw some bloomers up there.
Bloomers.
You better play that, Bach.
Bloomers.
Sure. Sam, where can people follow your journey?
Yeah, you can follow me on social media. Mainly on IG is where I post mainly for now. At Sam1000 is written out Sam1000. I also have I have a SoundCloud. Hey, just follow me on IG. Just follow me on IG, and there'll be some music coming out soon. But yeah, and if you want to just keep up with me, you can just DM me there. Follow me there. Hit the notification.
For sure. And is there any particular streaming service that writes you a check that you appreciate that you want to send people, like funnel people?
Yeah. If you want to check out my entire discography, actually, and also maybe purchase some stuff, you can go to my Bandcamp.
I always hear about Bandcamp.
Yeah, Bandcamp is is the game changer for artists. So you can actually stream to the artist's discretion though, because some artists will make it to where you can only listen to one song. Now it's gonna be like, hey, do you want to buy it? But you can stream and you can also purchase. And you can anything that I release is on my Bandcamp. That's sam1000.bandcamp.com. And then also they have Bandcamp. What's it called? There's a Friday. I think it's last Fridays of the month where you can get where the artists get like all royalties. There's no fees from Bandcamp. Yeah. So those are the days of the month that you can support to the max. You know what I'm saying?
Next Friday, check out sam1000.bandcamp.com.
sam1000.bandcamp.com.
Buy everything, and it's well worth it.
Support that man.
Speaking of, we have reached our first music break of the evening. DJ L. Okari is going to hit you with some hits. DJ L. Okari, what hits you gonna hit him with?
Well, since we got Sam 1000 in the spot, you know what I mean? I thought we played some of his songs before he hits us off with a performance. You know what I'm saying? That means, since we've been back in the studio, I think it's time for us to continue to let our artists hit the stage. But to go ahead and get y'all warmed up, we're gonna give you a taste of one of Sam's live recordings. That's also a music video. It's a song. It's called "Go Where the Love Is." Sam, you want to tell them a little bit about this video before we put you on stage?
Yeah. So this is a really cool experience. It was our first time with Acoustic Art. It was our first time in the studio recording, and we recorded this song, in one take. Everybody's in the same room. We're all mic'd up. Well, we did a couple of takes, but it was just one take. There was no chopping and all that stuff that could happen in the studio post, and then we were able to get the great Harold Green. He's one of the greatest poets I ever known. Man. And he came through, and it's so crazy working with Harold Green, because anytime you want him to do a poem for you, he's not gonna ever preview it for you. He's just gonna show up, and when the red light is on, he's gonna go. Even on stage, when he's performing for his own thing, like you never hear his poems before. So it was great. I actually heard his poem for the first time while we were recording. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. I ain't even had no idea.
Yeah, and
I imagine that added an energy to the room.
Yeah, it really did.
Fire.
The ending of the song is perfect too. So listen to it from top to bottom.
For sure.
All right, so we're gonna check that out, and then we're gonna get us with a live performance by Mr. Sam 1000.
For sure.
Woo.
BlurdDotRadio, BlurdDotRadio. Stay tuned. BlurdDotRadio.
I'm just getting in late. I see that you're in my heart. You know you got your own thing. I'm grateful you even bothered. What did I do to deserve you? A single life could be crazy. How is it simplified with two? Somebody let me know. You would hate to be alone. Let me know. If home is where your heart is, then you got my spirit. Feels good to be acknowledged. I'll go where the love is. I'll go where the love is. You say that for me you prayed, so look, you had to reward you. They say those you see in faith are the same ones that's looking for you. What a fun, timeless attraction, so strong, everlasting. How our ancestors got us here. Somebody let me know. Let me know. If the world is where your service is, I'll keep you surrounded. Should you ever feel without it, just go where the love is. Oh, I'll go where the love is.
Check 1 2. Hey. Check 1 2.
They often talk about falling in love, but they rarely tell you how you can get lost in it. Somersaulting down a rabbit hole, Alice in Wonderland, and I'm Cheshire Cat, smiling from ear to ear. I'm so glad I found my way around here, 'cause you gotta lean on your instincts when you're lost. I'm glad that your love found me, then left me, dumbfounded, spellbound, bound to a spell. I had to get to the bottom of it, 'cause there was no way around it. Look how big your love is, with all those little things. I met you where you were, now look where we are. I wasn't planning on being a planet, but you're a superstar. And every day I get closer to being a supernova, as long as you keep orbiting my heart. Every journey has a start, and I stepped out on faith and landed in a place where only you knew my name. The opposite of fame, which spoils all the same. I go where the love is, and ended up here. Cheers.
We're ready. Check 1 2. Check. Oh, yeah. All right, man. Without further ado, we're about to introduce to you. Oh, you can mute my mic. There you go. We're about to introduce to you Mr. Sam Thousand. All right, coming to the stage, Mr. Sam Thousand.
BlurdDotRadio.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool, 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 it's fine. Don't spend another moment getting nervous. I'm at service. You can do what you want with me. Relax your mind, take your time. We got all night, and we got all night. I like how you let me know how you feel when I'm around. Tell me, is it all good? Just let me know how you feel. Just let me know how you feel when I'm around. How you feel when I'm around. Yeah. So we ride to a place that you've never been before. We attach the roof before I open the door. Where do we go from here? Who knows? I guess we'll see. Just rest assured you're always safe right next to me. And ooh, I know you like that. Just how I be so laid back. Anything you wanna do, I put it down and it's cool, and I'll be sure we'll make that. I prove it and yes, you're gonna see. Whatever to make you happy. And I like how you keep it real and give it to me exactly. And I like how you let me know how you feel when I'm around. Yeah, tell me, is it all good? Just let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Ooh, baby, I love that you're related. Ooh, baby, I love that you're related. Ooh, baby, I love that you're related and never act shady, even though you a little crazy. But baby, I accept the fact that no one's perfect, and that's just a fact. My better half that makes me so confused. We make a team the way you're supposed to be. I love that you can be this close to me, cause on top it could be so lonely. And ooh, I know you like that. Just how I be so laid back. Anything you wanna do, I put it down and it's cool, and I'll be sure we make that. And I prove it and yes, you gon' see. Do whatever to make you happy. And I like how you keep it real and give it to me exactly. And I like how you let me know. I like how you let me know. I like how you let me know. Let me know, let me know. I like how you let me know. Let me know. I like how you let me know. Let me know. I like how you let me know. Let me know. I like how you let me know. Let me know. I like how you let me know. Let me know. I like how you let me know. Let me know. I like how you let me know. Let me know. I like how you let me know. Let me know. I like how you let me know.
One more time, man. Making some noise for Sam Thousand.
BlurdDotRadio, 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 BlurdDotRadio.
Welcome back to BlurdDotRadio.
Well, damn. Shit.
We just got
Serenaded up in this,
a
man.
beautiful performance from Sam Thousand.
Come on, man. Yes. Oh my God. I don't.
I'll hold it down until. Now, I have two questions. One, what was your process just now? Like, is this a process that you've practiced? Was there? Did you throw some curveballs in there?
It usually comes. This is a looping station that I'm using.
What's the name of the looping station?
It's called a Boss 505.
Okay.
It's made by Boss Roland. They're the same company now.
For sure.
Oh,
To
really?
me-
They got. I didn't realize.
Oh,
they
there's
was in there.
water.
Yeah,
I'll put water in the seats.
I got it. Yeah, thank you.
If you need it.
It's really I'm just hoarse from yesterday.
Gotcha.
But to me, it's the best looping station on the market, and it actually is really popular in the beatbox battle scene.
Mm.
It's a tabletop looper. A lot of looping stations are foot pedals because a lot of guitars use them, but these are like tabletop. And like when I first discovered this, it was like through like checking out some beatboxing battle. Or actually, it was vice versa. I found out about it, and then I was, digging deeper, and I was like, "Oh, everybody who's using it is doing beatboxing battle," and they're like,
Shout out to Kid Mental, the guy that did the our theme song. He uses a loop machine.
Yes, Kid Mental. Yes, actually, DJ Lokari put me on to him.
Yeah.
So that is a looping station that I used to create. So like when it comes to like answering that question, what I just did, it usually a lot of times it's just conceptual. I'm thinking about what I want to do, and then in the moment I just kind of create it, so I didn't, a lot of times I start with the beat, but I don't always start with putting the beat down. Sometimes I just start with like the trumpet loop. But for something like this, beat is a little bit more stable, what I'm saying? Because that first loop is very important. Once you get a first loop in, then everything else follows suit. But if it's not solid, I gotta be like, oh, let me do that again. You know what I'm saying? But it's really cool because this system allows me to use 5 different channels to create independent vibes. So I create the beat on one, well, at least the kick on one. I created like the shaker and like the snaps, and the side stick on it. And this is a song that's a little bit slower on my Love Notes project, but lately I've been doing it in like the Afrobeat type of vibe, a little more up tempo. That come from shout out to Latrell at Conscious Plates, because I was playing there like kind of like on a monthly basis or so. And I asked him one day after playing there a couple of times, I was like, you got any feedback for me for the music, that I do, maybe anything, different that you want to hear, just curious. And he was like, man, we really like Afrobeat. So that was a song that I tried as an Afrobeat, vibe. So
for sure.
So yeah, that's what just happened.
Very dope.
Yeah.
Very dope. My second question was about the loop pad, so you answered that one.
Okay, word.
Very dope. Very dope. Well, thank you for blessing us with that song.
Yes,
that was very, very dope.
For sure.
Super.
Again, you are watching BlurdDotRadio. I'm your host, Mike Stidham. I am joined by DJ El Okari.
Yo,
Ash Gotti, maybe?
she's somewhere, man.
She's somewhere.
She
And our very, very special guest, hardest working musician in Chicago, Sam Thousand.
Come on now.
Man, that's crazy. I'm starting to embrace that because I do work hard.
You got to.
And yeah, it's a blessing to be able to do what I do.
Yeah. And it shows that you work hard because you seem very well practiced at it.
Yeah, and I have something really special going on right now. I'm partnering with Deeply Rooted Dance Theater.
Woo!
Yeah, they are like Chicago's Alvin Ailey. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Alvin Ailey is known all across the world. And Deeply Rooted, I think they should be known all around the globe because they're that great. We're doing a series called Funk and Futurism. And this is through Night Out in the Park. Shout out to Night Out in the Parks. We got some funding to be able to put on a 3-part series in different parks throughout the city. So we did one in Palmer Park on south side in the Hundreds, and we did our second show on the west side at Galewood Park. And our third show, our final show, part of the series, is going to be at the South Shore Culture Center on the 8th. So that is Tuesday of this week. Good thing we're live. And what's really cool about this show, I should say this. So last year, I partnered with them as well to kind of music direct this thing. And we started off in the parks. And then they invited me to expand the group from like a 10-piece band to a 25-piece band. And we performed at the Great Auditorium Theater. This is like one of the biggest theaters in the city. You know what I'm saying? Where they have international acts. So it was a huge honor. And we did a Quincy Jones tribute last year.
Very dope.
Yeah.
Very, very
So this year we're doing Funk and Futurism, and it's featuring mainly Parliament Funkadelic. So
Nice. That's gonna be cold.
So yeah,
what songs you plan on performing?
Oh man, we got Maggot Brain, One Nation Under
I was
the
about to say you
Groove.
gotta do One Nation.
Yeah. Man, Bob Gun. This song Bob Gun is one that I wasn't too familiar with. I've heard it before, but
Ice Cube did a version of it.
Yeah. That's and George Clinton is on that version too. But we're doing the original Parliament and Funkadelic Bob Gun. Endangered Species is the subtitle. Yo, this song is probably one of the best songs I feel in their catalog. It just has like, man, just it has everything. It has everything. It has a funk, of course. It has, some dope changes, but it's like a lot of crossover and a lot of just surprises, I feel like musically. That's how we blurred out a lot of musicians, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, one thing about Parliament Funkadelic, when I was doing some research, just getting some music together for this show, is I think when I say crossover, I think they probably invented the crossover because there's this one video I saw. George Clinton was high out of his mind,
of course,
but the spectacle that was on the stage, it blended. Because do y'all know this that Parliament Funkadelic started from George Clinton, like bringing in a barbershop quartet?
Yes.
Yeah.
He talked about it in his Drink Champs interview.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta see that.
It was good.
How recent is that?
A few months ago.
Ooh, I gotta see that, man. Shout out to him. I'm glad he's still with us and just kicking. And he always talking about this is my last tour, but he on tour right now.
Yeah, man. I'm most definitely trying to go to the Ozzy Brothers this summer if I can.
Nice. I saw Parliament Funkadelic at the Shrine.
Yeah.
Before the Shrine closed. Yeah. But
shout out to the Shrine.
This video, I wish I had it to where we can actually post it right while we're talking about it. But there's a video online where you can see the crossover happening in real time. You see a barbershop quartet like as background singers, and they're also doing like Temptation style moves. And the music is very rock, it's very punk, it's very soul and blues. It's like it's funk fusion. And it's disco all at the same time. And I was just like, man, this is they did not take any prisoners with their show, man. Like it was very just 100. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm really excited to be presenting their music and also taking another deep dive into their catalog with this show.
Remind people where and when.
Yes, so that is this coming Tuesday, August the 8th. It's 6:30 to 8:30 at the South Shore Culture Center. So if you go to the South Shore Culture Center, know that it's going to be behind the South Shore Culture Center in the back, in the grass.
Got it. So it's an outdoor event.
Yeah, it's an outdoor event. Hopefully we ain't gonna be getting drenched like we've been getting in Chicago these days. Yeah, man. We could use it though.
Yeah,
For real.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get a nice. My fingers slip.
I was like, hold on.
So folks, it is time to review some trailers. As soon as I can find the trailer button. Any minute. All right, here we go.
Sit back, relax, watch it.
Dozo Animations. Kid Mental did the music. Dozo Animations did the animations. So I haven't exactly picked a trailer for this show, but seems how we have a musical guest, we have to do the Bob Marley biopic. Do we have any thoughts going into this? Because biopics,
my boy making that money. That's all I got to say.
Biopics can be Ray, or biopics can be the Biggie movie, which I did not like. They could be, what was it? Andre 3000 as Jimi Hendrix. We don't know where this is going to go.
Yeah.
Do we have any thoughts about what we would like to see out of a Bob Marley movie?
Man, just the real. Just want to see the real, man. The brother was so real. He was so for the people. He was so humble and such a man of service.
Mm-hmm.
So just as long as the real story is being told, and also, any discrepancies, if that's even addressed, would be really cool.
Yeah, I hope they really go into more of a. I don't know. Well, let's check out the trailer, and then I have more thoughts.
Okay, but you don't got anything going in. You don't want to see a particular song recorded, how it came to be.
I mean, I think that just comes with trailers. Period. I mean, comes with those biopics.
The good ones.
We'll see what happens. I hope it's more Jackson 5 and less Biggie Small.
Well, here we go. BlurdDotRadio's trailer review of Bob Marley One Love begins now.
Oh, you want to start?
Where you want to start?
From the beginning.
Look like
Money.
Reggae is a people music. People coming together. Ooh, yeah. You know you're a superstar. I'm a superstar. I wanna jam it with you. We can do it anyhow. Jam until the jam is
Oh.
There's a war going on. You can't separate the music and the message.
Cause every day we pay the price.
And what is the message?
Sacrifice.
Peace.
Oh, life is worth much more than gold.
Don't know that story.
Bob, they try to kill you and your wife. And now you're choosing to return to Jamaica to play a peace concert? Don't you fear for your life?
So we gonna walk through the roads of creation.
My life is not important to me.
Are you satisfied
My life is for people.
with the life you're living?
Do you really think this world will make it?
Yes. There's no other way.
Exodus,
That's the source of your strength.
we know where we're from. When we ran Babylon, we're going
into our fatherland. We know where we're going. We know where we're going. Open your eyes. Look within. Now. Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with the life you're living? One love, one heart, one destiny.
Yes, sir. I'm with it.
Interesting. I see that Tough Gong had something to do with it. I believe that is Damian Marley's imprint.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Tough Gong.
I did know that for sure that his fam was most definitely involved with the creation of this.
I can't imagine why they wouldn't, or how they wouldn't be.
Yeah.
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 It's Ashley. I'm Ashley.
It doesn't look bad.
Bob Marley is one of my all-time greats. One of my all-time like influences too to music.
So we'll start with you, Sam Thousand. What do you think of the trailer?
Man, this trailer is fire. I love when trailers, you know, they're supposed to build suspense. You know what I'm saying? I love when they do it right.
The entire story.
Yeah, make you want to see it. I love all the different scenes. There's a lot of great scenes in this. It's showing you that they definitely took the time. Yeah, the actor, man. What's his brother's name again?
I'll have to find out in a second. Kingsley Ben Adir.
King, man. You know what I'm saying? Kingsley.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, I think that he's doing a wonderful job. You know what I'm saying? Just holding that piece. You know what I'm saying? You know, Bob Marley, he wasn't even quick to smile. He was serious about his mission, man. You know, so like I don't know. I'm really excited to see this, and I'm glad they're doing this. Just some cool movies, like, you know, really reaching back. You know, I know we were talking about Barbie earlier, but you know, like doing things that just hadn't been done that need to be done. I think it's a really cool time to be witnessing these, and Bob Marley for sure. There's none other like him. You know, he was an anomaly. You know, and so yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
Okay, a few notes. We got Kingsley Ben-Adir playing Bob Marley. Rita Marley is played by Lashana Lynch. She's been in a lot. She was the last 007, right?
Yeah, she was. Yep.
And to my surprise, Michael Gandolfini, son of James Gandolfini, aka Tony Soprano, is in this. So it's good to see that he's getting his career further off the ground. So, DJ Elokari, what do you think about this?
I'm 100% like excited about this. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that they took their time and, you know, got the right actor to do this role instead of getting Michael Ealy. You know what I'm saying? It's too many light-skinned people get them type of job.
It could have been Michael Ealy.
Could have been Michael Ealy.
Oh wow, it could have been Michael Ealy.
So I'm glad that they waited for this brother to be
just put some contacts on him or something.
Yeah.
Blue-eyed Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying?
Get him a Tyler Perry trip.
He get with him one of them Tyler Perry wigs and all that stuff. So yeah, man, I'm glad they waited for this because you know, I think they got the perfect actor to do the role. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, I'm happy my boy is eating out here, bro.
Yeah, he
is eating right now. So you know what I mean? So
he's playing some goats.
Yeah. I mean, like for real. Like it's like he saw the Chadwick, you know, was like, you know, let me do that. Actually play some roles that give a damn, you know what I mean? So, and he did a phenomenal job as Malcolm X in One Night in Harlem.
He did.
I thought he did really good.
Which was a good movie.
Man, I did not realize it was him until you mentioned that.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do, and it looks like they're doing this film right. You know what I mean? Like it's gritty, it looks authentic. You know what I'm saying? So and they're gonna talk about the real shit. You know what I mean? I think
for sure.
I think Bob has most definitely reached that myth status at
Absolutely.
in his point of
Absolutely.
his career in life. So I think it's gonna be great for people to just see like the person, as well too. So yeah, it look like he gonna be giving a lot of love in this too. You know what I'm saying?
We did see Rita open the door and look shocked.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? So he got a whole lot of love to give. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what happened in this movie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be really great. I'm excited. I'm super excited for this film and can't wait to see it in 2024. So yeah, it most definitely gets a high endorsement of Elgin wants to see this. We'll be going theaters to see this. So
this will be
100%.
January 12th, 2024.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to add on to that, talk about the timeliness of this, because there's a lot of, I feel like I tried to clean up my language, which was rare when I say this so it doesn't come off wrong. There is a lot of injustice being passed in states all the time. They want to rebrand slavery to talk about how we benefited from it, as though we weren't making iron in them, like we didn't make pyramids, like we came here as, it perpetuates that idea that we were just running around naked in the jungle and then we were civilized by slavery. We got laws in Florida saying that you can't accuse people of racism and that you can't say racism or else they can take you to court. So I feel like when I was a kid, I saw Denzel Washington play Malcolm X. My father made me see it. Took me to the theater, sat me down for 3 hours. I could not get up and go to the bathroom. I think I was like 11. Took me to see this movie.
That was a full movie.
Yeah. I didn't know 3-hour movies existed when I was a kid before this. But took me there so that fire would be ignited in me. And I'm glad to see that this portrayal, from what I'm seeing from the trailer especially, I feel like this is going to ignite a very timely and necessary fire in some kid out there. Yeah, happy to see it made. Ash, what do you think?
Hold on. Hi. I'm here.
Did you watch the trailer?
I did. I'm sorry. My friend is filling me in on her bachelorette weekend. Fucking hilarious. This was okay. The characters, the people they got casted, they look good. I'm not going to theaters for this.
No.
I'm not necessarily a Bob Marley fan.
Okay. Are you a fan of biopics?
No, not unless it's someone that I care to see, and there hasn't really been anyone that I cared to see. Hey. I did like the titty shot. I don't know why he was naked under a waterfall, but I enjoyed it.
That's funny. I immediately went, there were titties on this? Oh.
There were titties. I locked in on the titties. So, yeah, I'll wait for this to be on, I guess, Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have Paramount Plus?
I know people who do.
You would be the only person I know with Paramount.
I had it for like a day when I wanted to watch
Naked Ash has Paramount Plus because that's where RuPaul Drag Race is on. So. There you go.
In the news. So folks, I didn't count that there are so few of us here today. That was a real quick trailer review.
I do have to say, So I have a question for Ash actually. If what would be a biopic that you would want to see?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because again, you know what? Janelle Monáe. I probably would. Or Sade. Sade is so mysterious. You don't really know much about her, but she seems to like just in her getting. I think because she has all her masters too. Like she's like in control of her music in a way that like she's just chilling.
Yeah, she needs like a lifetime.
That might be interesting.
Achievement or something.
Yeah,
like
they have not.
Yeah, she never gotten. She's won Grammys.
Yeah, right. I think so. I know they ain't never give a Little Richard no Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
So I do have a dream biopic to star in.
Who's that?
And it's only because he looked like he can be my uncle.
Is it Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Well, actually, no.
Okay.
No, actually, that's a good,
I had that
that's a good
thought yesterday
question.
when I was at the show and they showed the picture and I was like,
Yeah, that's a good question because yeah. But I'm a fan of his music and his writing. He was a revolutionary. And that is Gil Scott-Heron. And I feel like he was such a pillar, you know what I'm saying, for like political music.
Absolutely.
You know, early on, opened some doors, and I think he needs a biopic. And I was like, man,
people need to know where the revolution will not be televised because that gets rebranded so many times.
Yeah.
Like people need to know where that came from.
Yep,
for sure. For absolutely sure. And I bet that was an interesting life.
Yeah.
You don't make what's the song Common sample for I'm on my way home?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't make that if you haven't lived a life.
Home is where the hatred is.
Home is filled with pain.
May not be such a bad idea if I never went home again.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a story behind that song. And I'd like to see that. If I had a dream biopic, RZA popped into my head too quickly. Or if Prodigy had a movie, I read Prodigy's book. I was a huge fan of Mobb Deep growing up. It'd be interesting to see a lot of that stuff played out because Prodigy, being one half of Mobb Deep, interacted with like all of New York. You know, all of New York. He put on a few people.
Nas shout him out often.
Yeah. I'm confident Nas is getting a biopic one day.
Oof, yeah.
I don't know who would play him. No, nobody acting right.
Papa Doc could have.
It's enough out of you. But yeah. What you got, DJ Eloquent?
Ultimate biopic. Yo, man, I'm still waiting for a Stevie. Like, I want to see a Stevie Wonder biopic, man.
For sure.
Just because it's like, dude has so many eras, you know what I mean? And I bet he was a dog too. You know what I'm saying? Like with all of his relationships, like he's always been so quiet about them and everything. So I would have loved to see like where a lot of these, you know, I feel like he has such an iconic career, man. And he's like, in my opinion, I feel like Stevie has been the most consistent writer, singer. I would also love to see the Ozzy Brothers too. You know what I mean? Like, I think, especially when it comes like with the Ozzy Brothers as well, it's like they still making hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I DJ'd one of Ryan's songs like just the other day. And then from a song for about like that he came out with last year.
Man.
This man made Shout.
Yeah.
Do you know how old Shout is?
What was that, the 50s? Early 60s?
Shout is that was before Motown. You gotta think about that. That was
before Motown.
For sure.
Before Motown, there was Shout. You know what I mean? So that's crazy.
That, and from what I know about his life, like that'd make a movie. That might make 2 or 3 movies.
This dude, like he's met them all. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like interactions with James Brown.
Let me ask you this: would they have R. Kelly in the movie? Would they have to?
Absolutely.
Have R. Kelly? You would have to have him in there.
Yes.
Because R. Kelly
movie.
And
Isaac. I'm sorry. Isaac. Okay.
Oh, 100%.
You would have to. Because that's who brought him back in the 90s.
You know what I mean? And I mean, you got to be honest with it. I wouldn't even mind seeing an R. Kelly biopic. Real talk. You know what I mean? Because it's like this.
I'm surprised Lifetime hasn't made one.
No, because you know biopics they gotta go into the lifestyle, you know, and you know how do you even reenact that?
Yeah,
ethically.
It's got to see somebody watching the TV screen.
So that's why I was like, it's like I think the closest we'll be able to get to anything that includes R. Kelly in his other side or whatever would have to be something we're working with the Isleys. Even seeing how like
Aaliyah
or Jay-Z, they did an Aaliyah movie.
It was trash.
Oh, there was
a Lifetime
Aaliyah movie.
Yeah, it was
when Lifetime does their biopics, I don't know who's writing them or who's paying for them.
But you could even include Aaliyah.
Made for TV though.
But like the crazy thing is, you can even include Aaliyah in the Ozzy Brothers biopic.
She sang
At Your Best.
Yeah.
Because I think that was like also one of the first ways that they kind of like
right. That's probably dang. I never thought about that. That was a precursor.
Yeah. They talk about it a little bit in Drink Champs in that Drink Champs interview as well too. It's like like how many different artists have sampled their music.
Oh, absolutely. Them in Parliament.
Drink Champs is a great show.
Dog, they're the intro in Friday, bro. The Friday movie, they're the intro.
Trying to find a man away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to see another day.
Wow.
Have you heard of our Lord Jesus' return?
Well,
fuck you, Jugger.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I would love to see, like, Brian's, like, who came up with Shout, like, getting such early success.
Did you watch their Drink Champs interview?
I did.
Yeah.
On my road, on my road to St. Louis, I had listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, man, it was dope, man. I was like, man, like, I would love to just every era. It was part of every era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So yeah, man. I don't know who writing it, but get on it. That would have been a good one for like John Singleton or somebody to have done, or I don't know. Like, I would love to see. Played out for real.
So you mentioned Ray. Ray is probably has to go down in history as like one of the best. That Whitney Houston biopic was great too.
I did like it.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I liked it. A lot of people didn't because they just couldn't get past the fact that old girl. They didn't think she looked like her, but
yeah,
you got to get
past her lips. She just had full of lips.
Listen,
like,
the guy that played Tupac looked exactly like Tupac. That movie wasn't that good.
Trash.
It wasn't that good.
He was
casting
trash.
does not make a biopic.
Yeah. I mean, and you got to go beyond the phenotype, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to
find somebody with the heart to play the character.
Yeah, man. And that's what about that Whitney. Yeah, she had that heart, man.
Yeah, I will say, like, and it did, like, at the end of the day, I feel like the film did exactly what it needs to do. It made you fall in love with Whitney again. You know what I mean? Like, because I jump into all of her music, bro. Like,
I don't believe there will be a better vocalist. Actually, let me not say that because that sounds hopeless. There might be a better vocalist.
I will say this.
In my generation, best vocalist I've ever heard.
Absolutely. I will say I think that if they do this right, I think Haley Bailey has potential to really be like the voice of this generation. If they do it right. She just dropped her first. Shout outs to Haley. She just dropped her first single. And then shout outs to Chloe too. Both of them are doing really, really great stuff. But shout outs to Haley. She just dropped her first independent single called it's called Heaven or something like that. But it's a really great song. I sent it to my family like when I heard it the other day, and yeah, man, it was dope. And it's a good message, man. Like, I don't know, man. I almost cried, bro, because I was just like, dog, I get so tired of, like, I love all the music that's out there. You know what I mean? Everybody do your thing, but it was good to just hear a positive song talking about something
Angel?
real.
Was that the
Angel, there you go. Yeah. So check it out.
Need
with
more
me.
of that, man.
Yeah, if that was one of them joints, I was like, I'm so happy that she made this song. You know what I mean?
I hope it
that more
influences folks to
100%.
Get back into R&B. It's been too long.
And speaking of R. Kelly, he has some great inspirational songs, like World's Greatest and what's that other one?
It is an unfortunate thing, but the
Come on,
man
man.
could, like, they said R. Kelly would just get in the studio, get in front of a drum machine, and start making a song. And would be done within like an hour. Like, all right, that's a hit out of the studio. Like, if you can, that intuitive, as like, I'm a visual artist. Whatever type of art you do, if you can do it on the fly off the top of your head, I think that's peak level artistry. Unfortunately, had a few issues that went along with that peak level artistry. All right, so that is 3 thumbs up and 1 thumb off to the side. One of these.
Little mid.
For Bob Marley, One Love, January 12th, 2024.
Yeah.
There it is. Ashley, are you trying to talk? Because you're muted.
No, I'm not. Go ahead.
Oh, right. Getting into it, too.
Apparently so.
So we have reached music break number 2.
Yeah.
Let me get a button ready. Those are banners. DJ L.O. Kari is gonna hit you with some hits. DJ L.O. Kari, what hits you gonna hit him with?
All right, so yeah, we're gonna start you off with another music video by Sam 1000. This video is called Cheers. featuring Calvin Valentine, who did most of the production. You know what I'm saying, on Purple Sky's album. You want to tell them a little bit about this one, Sam?
Yeah, so shout out to Calvin Valentine once again. He produced the Purple Skies album and the Love Notes EP. This song Cheers is just actually speaking, we mentioned Earth, Wind and Fire. I wanted to write a song that blended some Earth, Wind and Fire and kind of like Shaka Khan. So when I heard this beat, that's what I went for when I wrote it, when I wrote the song. And man, shout out to the California Clipper. I mentioned them earlier. They lent their venue to me and to us to shoot this video in on one of their off nights. I hit up all the homies. And one of the homies is yours truly, DJ L.O. Kari.
Yeah.
You can see him getting on the stage right before me to set me up to come in and sing. He brought out the mic and the mic stand. So and he had his hat and his cool shades on. We always fly up in that piece.
Yo, everybody was dressed to the nine for that one. That was
It was dope. It was
It
dope.
was a fun night, man.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Cheers.
Yeah, let's check it out.
And then are we getting another live performance?
Oh yeah.
Let's do that. Let's go.
BlurdDotRadio, BLURDDOTRADIO.
BlurdDotRadio.
Stay tuned.
There's no other place I'd rather be than here with you. Staring in your eyes, I'm so inspired that we're still together. After all these years and through all this time, you stood right by my side. And yes, our love is still here. Cheers to us. I would like to propose this cheers to us, baby. Yeah. You compliment my life. I couldn't live it without you. So glad I found you, and you I found trust. Success surrounds us, and I found success in just making you happy. So I'll do it gladly. Our love is exactly why we're starting a family. So guess who loves you the most? I think we deserve a toast. So cheers to us. Yeah, I would like to propose a cheers to You've been so true. Cheers to cheers to cheers to
ladies and gentlemen, we have come to that second time. Bringing him up for the second time, about to take over the stage. Wait, am I not coming through? Check, 1, 2. Ooh. Check, 1, 2. Yep. It's coming through on my end. Check. Is it going out to the people? Oh, yeah. No, I can hear it. Check, 1, 2. It's just turned down probably a little bit. All right, there we go. Yeah. So going out to the people, man, coming next to the microphone, about to tear up the BlurdDotRadio stage. Coming down for the second time. Please make some noise for the sultry sounds and the vibes of Sam 1000. Let's go.
BlurdDotRadio. Make some more noise, y'all, for Sam 1000.
BlurdDotRadio, BlurdDotRadio, BlurdDotRadio,
Wow, that was impressive. That was
Another
very
round of
impressive.
applause
Come on
for
now.
Sam Trump.
Come on, Sam.
Yo, yo,
Come
yo,
on
yo,
now.
yo. Thank y'all.
Look at that, man.
Sam, how when you make something like that at home, how long do you listen to it?
What do you mean?
So if I can make a beat,
Mm-hmm.
I listen to it for like a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking as you were up there, I was like, man, if I made that, that would be what I'd listen to for the rest of the week.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. So I do this show from time to time called the Midnight Hour.
Okay.
And a lot of it, like during the pandemic, is how I really like just hone in on this instrument. And it's really just
real quick. Do those videos still exist?
They do.
Yeah.
Where
So
can
if
people find them?
people can find those mainly on Facebook. If you just go to the Sam 1000 page, it was I was able to just keep everything once I changed my name to Sam 1000. What's so crazy is right now I don't have control of the page because it got hacked, but it's still there and no one is doing anything with it. So it's just crazy. Like
they're not trying to sell what is it, Forex?
They're not trying to do anything currently, at
Okay.
least since the last time I checked, which was last week, because I just did another full moon midnight hour event. I had D2G there, by the way, and he was freestyling the whole night while I was making beats, and it was crazy. But yeah, so I actually, to answer your question, though, I got so used to just making a beat, on this live stream and then going to another, all right, let's do another one. You know what I'm saying? And so it's really just about just creating vibes.
For sure.
And a lot of times I wouldn't save them, but like that one was actually made in the midnight hour.
Nice.
And I saved it because I was like, man, this groove is real sweet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, folks, we just got graced again with a performance from Sam 1000. And now, here on BlurdDotRadio,
About to do a shot, baby.
we will be graced
Come on now.
by Chicago's very own Jepson Malort. Jepson's Malort. Shout out to CH Distillery. Shout out to Yo, who is our benefactor of this. Benefactor? We benefit.
He benefits from her
benefactor of this fine liqueur.
You'll be fucking fat, girl.
Jepson's Malort has the aroma and full-bodied flavor of an unusual botanical. Its bitter taste is savored by two-fisted drinkers.
Fisted.
everywhere. We got our shots lined up. We're going to do the toast that I got from E40 when he was on the Breakfast Club, and that goes, I am not above you. I'm not below you. I'm right here with you.
Cheers.
Hey.
Cheers.
It always takes a second. For a second, you think you're safe, and then it's like,
Yeah.
there is water provided for everyone. That's the good stuff right there.
I had you know how sometimes it can go down the wrong pipe. I had to like keep it. I was just moving too fast.
Yeah.
Nah, that was tasty though.
It tastes like something. There's a lot of taste.
Grapefruit.
No. Rhyme Fest said it tastes like somebody peed in the grapefruit.
Tight.
Like,
dang.
Oddly specific.
Dang. Oh man.
There was
that now.
I was in Oakland the week before last, and I was wearing a Malort t-shirt. Actually, that same Malort t-shirt.
I rep all day.
And we went to a bar, and somebody was like, "How bad is Malort?" And I was like, "All right, take a scale from 1 to 10. Move it back 10 spaces, so it's from 0 to -10. It's about a -15." It is.
It's pretty trash.
It has a flavor. I wouldn't even like trash. This would be real strong trash. This would be like a trash fire. Like this might cause some damage to a building. Like this is
look at what
hot garbage.
Yeah. It is unique.
Yeah, very unique.
Yeah. There's a reason that other liqueurs don't taste like this. So we got a second trailer
frowning all night. I'm just gonna be frowning for the rest of the night.
That's why it's for them two-fisted drinkers.
Come on
now. The trailers that we have on the docket are a horror movie about hairdressers called Medusa Deluxe.
Okay.
We got The Exorcist, Believer.
Oh man,
because
I felt that in my chest.
You got to keep that IP going. You got to release a movie every few years. We got the second season of Loki, and we have a trailer for the Marvels. Now I want to save Loki for when we have
Low-key, we
the
should
whole
save it
crew
for the
here.
whole key.
Low-key, we should save Loki. So that leaves us with
Watch the stupid ass horror movie trailer.
Medusa Deluxe.
Yeah, whatever. It'll work.
Sam, does I have your vote?
Sure.
Okay. Medusa Deluxe. We're gonna review it here on BlurdDotRadio. I'll tell you, at least it's an original movie. There's so many.
It's an eight. It's an
A24.
This ought to be interesting.
A24. What's that?
They do all the indie crazy ass.
Oh, okay.
Is it still indie? Like I feel like that's like calling Raucous independent label. Like, you got videos on BET. You're probably not as independent as, or rather, you're not as underground as it used to be.
That's true. Let's get it. Well, let's check this random ass trailer out.
Medusa Deluxe here on BlurdDotRadio.
Let's go.
You don't know what it's like. Losing your hair, you might as well be dead.
There could be a serial killer on the loose. It's a hairdressing competition. Did you kill him? How do they even know it's murder?
Someone scalped him.
Are you alright? Alright? No. He was dead. They follow me, dead people. All I want to do is cut hair. And they keep dropping.
How do you tell someone whose love has been scalped?
It's short answers, Renee. They don't care about perms.
There's me thinking we're just a bunch of hairdressers.
She's fixing this.
One smile and she's some kind of gangster fixing the show of murdering the rivals. I might take that break now.
Got no fun, got no fun.
This is the crown that you never take off.
Got no fear, got no fear. Got no time, no time. Oh, there she is. Woo. Ah! She makes me.
dresser, man, you crazy.
Actually, mess with it heavy.
So
Looks- that
the
looks
first
bad.
question I have is, weren't hair shows a black thing at one point? Is it?
Yeah.
Has it been diversified? Has it been gentrified? Hair shows?
It has most definitely been diversified. This looks like this takes place in London, though. So you know what I mean? Like,
I didn't know they did
most of
hair
hair
shows in London.
I didn't either. So shit.
I thought
Learned
that
something
was,
new today.
Specifically Black American stuff.
Yeah. But the last hair show, like there was like an actual hair show that was I can't remember exactly where it was, what took place, but I think it was in Atlanta, but it was mostly all black artists. It was like the documentary that was about. I can't remember. But good hair. I think they had a hair show in there or whatever.
Okay.
But they did have a white dude that was in there. And he almost won. So doing that. Remember that?
It's like when
It's like the Eminem of hair shows.
I was about to say, it's like when a white cosplayer won at BlurdCon in their cosplay contest.
I'm dead.
That's gonna cause some controversy right there.
Did this really happen?
What's that?
This is
the
happening.
BlurdCon thing?
That was real.
Listen, this controversy at every BlurdCon. For people who don't know, BlurdCon is a con in DC, in Crystal City specifically, that happens every year. Blurs go to it. You dress up in cosplay. They don't check your bag. You can bring any type of inebriative that you want to bring in there.
Inebriative.
And 2 years ago, a white girl won the cosplay contest.
Really?
Which, say what you will about it, the controversy came when the judges defended their decision by calling out black cosplayers and saying things like, well, it's not my fault that you all didn't spend any money or any time on your costumes, because the cosplayers were like, hey, what? I spent this much and this much time. You all just so happen to like this white girl's thing more than us. You could have just said that. Yeah, I feel like a white man winning a hair show would be.
It's very similar to that.
that
I mean, they kind of address it too in the documentary, but yeah, that was a little weird.
For sure. I'll say this didn't give me a whole lot.
Nah,
it's like, okay, what is it? It's like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah. Somebody gets murdered. There's a murder.
Seems like multiple people that she does hair for just falling like flies.
I mean, wouldn't she just get sued? You know what I mean? Like, I would say you would have to go after her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you got to figure out
is getting killed.
Who it is.
Where's the proof though?
Yeah. But I feel like they at least should have shown. They should have shown more in the street. I feel like there's a lot of right now. What I get from this is every shot is a tracking shot. There are a lot of people in shadow. There's a lot of neon color, and people get murdered at some point. Like, they're not selling me on this.
It's very much in like a dressing room,
yeah,
or a stage.
3 or 4 settings.
Nope. Yeah.
No one goes outside, which makes sense in a murder mystery. You know, people are going to be in this place where people keep dropping, and you got to figure out who's dropping them. But yeah. A24 has a pretty good track record. I want to say that I trust that track record, but I don't. I'm not gonna see this. Nope. DJ Alokari, what do you think?
It looks fun to me. I'm not gonna go to theaters to see this.
Is it coming out of theaters?
I don't know.
It says available everywhere.
Oh, just period?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Like, if some people wanted to sit and watch it, is this something like I got a lot of movies I need to check out, right? But if I get an opportunity and it's like, it will be something I would be willing I wouldn't turn it off. Like, it would be something I would actually like kind of give it a chance. The trailer looked fun enough for me. But it's most definitely like, if this was something that was going to theaters, then nah. Nope. But if it was something that was like on TV or whatever, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, I might watch it if it was streaming on like a live TV. Like, I wouldn't watch it from start to finish. I'd have to catch this in the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks interesting though.
For sure. Sam Thousand, what do you think of this?
I'll probably watch it in passing, but nah.
That's a nah.
They
there's not as much black hair in this as I thought there would be.
It should be mostly black hair.
Right, in a movie about like hair show,
Mhm.
I was expecting more black hair.
Yeah. You don't see white girls with like helicopters made of braids on their heads.
I mean, yeah.
And that was a reference to an actual picture, like somebody made.
Yeah, no, like there's actual
Yeah.
hair shows. Like I haven't seen them myself, but I've seen like short documentaries. Like they're in like Atlanta, you know, really elaborate hair competition shows. And that's what I thought this was gonna be in a campy way, kind of like that other movie that was about hair.
Good hair.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
It was good.
what was that? The
I thought
horror
it was-
movie about hair.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
that one where the lady got a perm and it was eating people?
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be something.
It was a
like
pretty
that.
wild movie.
That movie was actually kind of funny though.
Yeah, that's the kind of movie I thought A24 was going to be doing. But in general, A24 has a good track record. You know, with their smaller scale. Their smaller scale horror movies that aren't necessarily outright blood and gore, but make you feel uneasy. They have a way of making movies that make you feel uneasy.
Do you see any of that here?
Huh?
Do you see any of that here in this trailer?
I mean, not in the trailer. It's kind of like a whodunit, but I don't even know what's been done. Something
I
about
heard
people being
somebody say-
scalped,
Yeah, I heard scalped.
but
They getting killed.
right. I'm not really getting any sense of anticipation or anything or threat. It's just
threat is. I feel like threat is the word.
Yeah, you really only see.
I'm being told someone was scalped, and I'm seeing people looking worried. But
Also, didn't scalp by itself kill you? You just cut the skin off the top of your head.
right,
Well, they
I'm
ripped the
like,
skin off the top of your head.
what am I really supposed to be scared of and threatened by? I don't see that.
Yeah.
But again, it's British people and it's A24, so it's, you know, it has a little bit of credibility to it. I also still want to see the other A24 movie that's out now. Talk to Me.
Oh yeah, I do want to see that. I do
heard
want to
that
see
was good. By
The
some
lesson
YouTubers
on-
apparently. Like it's
By
directed
YouTube?
by some YouTubers. They've been on YouTube for a while now.
That's how Issa Rae got her start.
I don't
Creators are
can't
creating.
knock the
People where they're
YouTubers.
creating.
It's a humble beginning. It is a
Mhm.
platform, and it's what you do with it that really matters.
For sure.
Like Logan Paul.
Fuck Logan.
I mean,
He knocked out
it's still
ATF.
a
ATF
platform.
fired.
He has completely shifted from whatever the fuck he was doing.
Had a great wrestling match like yesterday. I ain't gonna even lie.
Oh right, he's not. Who's
He
the
did a
wrestler?
great job.
There's Logan Paul.
He was wrestling one of the greatest wrestlers of our generation, Ricochet, and I have to say that he did a great job.
Isn't he
I
like
ain't even hate.
Isn't he like a wrestling villain or something? That's his.
No, they tried to make him into a good guy, and they were literally like, but the fans just continue to boo him because they don't like him. So they finally let him be a heel. And
Yeah, do
he's
it.
doing
Do
great.
it. His face just says it. Just
This little I hate to say it though,
White
this
boy.
asshole is really good though. Like when I say that this dude is naturally gifted at being a wrestler, like he's naturally gifted at being a wrestler. It's insane. And how good. Like he's pulling out moves that I'm just like, dudes have to train their entire life for. And I'm just like, how dare you be this fucking good?
Because you said the word good. Anytime that we get this far off track, we're not really interested in the movie.
I said I was
We're
not. Also, we
started
listened to
talking
this
about wrestling.
after the Malort shot. I'm sorry, man. You know, that's how I be sometimes.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say there's literally one nappy head in this
Come on now.
in this whole.
The first thing I thought when I saw this, Ashley posts trailers in our group chat, is that shot right there reeks of cultural appropriation. Reeks.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll even be a point in the movie. The cultural appropriation of this.
Hey, it looks like the main character is white. Wait, where is she?
The white one. The white one.
Yeah, there's so many.
The fat white one.
No, well,
large.
Jeez.
Look, fat is fat.
All right. Yeah, that's what was that? 2 thumbs down, 1 thumb to the side.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
under what conditions would you watch this? Theater, streaming? Would you start it and watch the whole thing? Would you catch it in
In
the middle?
the barber shop or hair salon as I'm getting my hair done.
So you'll watch half an hour to
That's a
an
good
hour
one.
of it.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Probably can't hear most of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, probably no subtitles.
I'm gonna interpret that as a thumbs down. Sounds like a thumbs down.
That's watching it because you're held hostage.
Yeah. It's either reading Ebony magazine or watch this movie.
It's real out here in these streets.
So folks, that was our review of Medusa Deluxe. Not the best review.
Hey, well, it's a good review. It's just that it's not happening.
Yeah. We did a good review of it. The review results just weren't.
Look decent.
Full thumbs down.
Wish I had more thumbs down. Think of that. Full thumbs down.
Full thumbs down. And with that, we will move into the final segment of the show that we call shout outs, or as Elgin calls them.
Well, Kenny, but I love Kenny.
That was the second half. I did a shot.
It's all good.
Forgot some words.
Shouts and murmurs, baby.
First shout out to Kenny.
Bless you, Kenny, man. We missed him.
Yeah, I hate saying sorry for your loss because it sounds cliche.
It really does.
But truly, you are a friend. You are loved here. We are sorry that you lost someone you love. Shout out to Steve, whatever he's doing in the world. Love you too.
Steve being Steve.
Yeah. Steve is out there somewhere.
Is he being a bartender or security?
Bartender.
I assume he's bartender. Yeah. Shout out to Sam 1000. Thank you for coming back.
Yo, it was great
Killing
catching up with y'all.
For sure.
Yeah,
Dope
man.
performances.
Shout out to DJ LO Card with all the sounds too, man. I'm always thoroughly impressed.
Of course.
Thank y'all.
Sound engineering expert and becoming more and more of a video expert.
Learning, you know what I mean, daily. You know,
for sure. That's what it's about. Shout out to Ash Guiding and her friend who's getting married.
No. She's not getting married. She was just in the
She
wedding.
just went to move.
Yeah, all the bachelorettes got high, and it was a very awkward dinner because people were just silently eating.
Yeah, well, weed doesn't work with every group.
Nope.
Alcohol makes you social. Weed doesn't make everybody.
It's probably the wrong weed.
It was infusion, so it was like alcohol and weed.
Oh, and they had too much of it. Are they like regular weed smokers?
I don't know, but it didn't end well for the bride, and they didn't get their like amounts right, so they were just sitting there in silence eating.
Listen, kids.
sometimes weed isn't for everybody. I'm just gonna keep on saying that.
Even though I have the best advice that I've heard about being high and stuck and anxious, smoke more. Smoke until you're not nervous anymore.
Everyone's like, you have to get better at drugs. The first time's not always the best. You gotta keep trying. I'm like,
hey man, just keep on smoking that weed. Eventually it'll be fine.
It took me 5 times to get high the first time. I tried hard.
Man, there are people like that.
Yeah. It took a while.
The right vibe for your weed and the right sex partner. You have to keep practicing and trying new things. You know what I didn't have to try? Mountain Dew. It was good on the first sip. I ain't had to try the flavor. I ain't had to try the bottle. It's been good for the last 20 plus years I've been drinking it.
It's not good for your kidneys. I'm gonna throw that out.
I drink water.
Mountain Dew is a really good soda, though.
Thank you.
Oh, I said soda. I'm sorry. I'm from the South.
I am too. Right? And they call it pop up there, and I still call it soda.
Hey man, I'm from Cleveland. It is pop.
Dirty pop.
Dirty pop.
Anyway.
Shout out to JC Chazez, man. Please get that man a career. He really needs one.
He's in the commercial.
JC Chazez?
Mm-hmm.
What commercial?
I don't remember.
Chazez.
That's my dude.
I know it's a new one.
I want him to win so bad, man. For real. I really want JT to win so bad.
Nah, not when JT win.
JT's not gonna stop winning.
He ain't.
JT won even after that whole Super Bowl thing, man. It's crazy.
No, man. You can tell JT wanted it so bad, dog. You saying that last no hard, baby. Saying that shit hard as hell. Like, you don't remember me. You don't remember me.
I saw a post recently that said, "Is Justin Timberlake a legend?" And I was like, "Who the fuck is that? What do you mean? Is he? How is he not?" The man made
100%.
Future Sex Love Sound.
Come on, man.
I grew up
100%.
listening to hardcore rap. If you'd have told me that I would be singing a song by a guy who was in sync, and
the Disney Club, Mickey Mouse.
If I'd have gone back to like 19-year-old me and been like, you see that guy with the ramen noodle hair? You're gonna be a fan of his.
One of these days.
I wouldn't believe me. I'd be like, clearly you're not me. I denounce you. Get out of my life.
I rebuke thee.
Future Sex Love Sound.
Dope.
Is that a cupcake dancing behind you, Ash?
Cupcake. Nah, that's that's Ed.
Like when it turns to the side right there, it just looks like a cupcake.
Nah, if you're familiar with Cowboy Bebop, that's the symbol that Ed has when she's hacking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Adult Swim. Or not Adult Swim, Toonami.
Yeah, I was when I moved to Chicago in 2009. Well, I moved to Chicago in 2009, and I didn't have a TV until the pandemic.
Yeah, be real out there in these streets.
So shout out to Adult Swim.
There it is. Ash got him. Who you want to shout out? It's been 2 weeks since all your family.
Come on now.
Right. You know what? Yeah. Shout outs to my family. They caught COVID again.
Damn. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
In
I don't know
August
how they
2023.
Yeah, people are.
Yeah, I mean the pandemic is still happening. I just find it ironic because they've had
negative.
all their boosters and such, but
That booster doesn't last forever.
they've had it for like at least 3 times at this point, and they tried to blame it on my brother who was
It doesn't prevent you from getting it or spreading it.
Just make sure you don't.
It just minimizes the effects of it. But yeah, they tried to blame
But everybody is minimized, especially the more you have it.
Like most viruses.
Yeah.
Except for shingles. Shingles comes back.
But yeah, they're doing better.
That's good.
Yeah, they're fine. I'm
Well,
sorry, I could not remember the login for fucking HBO Max, and I'm trying to see them try to take Nightwing's booty. I can't remember the login.
The sandwich knife.
Oh god. Have fun with it, man. It's a funny ass episode.
Anytime they pay homage to Nightwing's ass, I'm here for it because it is glorious. I wish my ass
You gotta see this ass.
Have you never seen Nightwing's ass?
You type in Nightwing.
I don't even know who Nightwing is.
Nightwing is Robin as an adult.
Yeah.
From
Dick Grayson.
Batman Jr.
Is it Nightwing? Okay, I see.
Yeah, one more.
Like the way they draw him. And this is men. This is men who drew Nightwing. So you can't even blame this on women. A man drew that.
Okay, we blaming it. I mean, listen.
No, I'm just saying, like some folks
Clearly,
like,
It's got that overlap. It's got that
they got a little shelf booty going on.
Got that shelf. No, the shelf is at the top. He's got that like that hangover.
Hey man, it's between him and Peter Parker. You know, who got the most yams? You know, they be out there.
When I get to the yams.
Shout outs to Nightwing's ass. How about that?
Yeah. DJ L.O.Car, who you want to show?
Shout outs to CMAA, Chinese Mutual Aid, for keeping your boy paid in the summertime. You know what I mean? With you know, the 5 to 4K run. This has been my 4th year doing this with them. So great.
What song gets the runners the most bumps?
I always play like this remix version of Eye of the Tiger. It's funny as shit.
There you go. That'll do it.
Yo, and then when they came back from you know, from running, I played Iran. You get it? Because they just finished.
I ran so far away. I ran all night and day.
Yeah, man.
Couldn't get away. Also a fantastic song.
Just to get away.
Get away.
Shout out to Vice City for me.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yep,
They brought that
Vice
one
City
back.
Rained in my head, boy. I used to, man.
That didn't
Hey, that shit is Yeah, man. Let's see anything else. Shout outs to everybody. Loves everybody. Shout outs to Steve. You know what I mean? Miss you, bud.
Make that money.
Shout outs to Sam Thousand.
Last but not least, Sam Thousand. Who do you want to shout out?
I want to shout out Chicago. I want to shout out Navy Pier because they really been just allowing me to help, allow me to curate in the space and perform in the space, and just showing love. Shout out to Shybration. Shout out to every performing artist in the city of Chicago and beyond, greater Chicago.
A lot of talent in the city.
Shout out to 3 Arts.
Yeah,
Shout out to Arts Alliance Illinois, who is advocating for artists on a statewide level. We're really hoping this grant comes through too. And shout out to my family in Houston and Atlanta.
Shout out to people who drive in Atlanta, because that's the scariest. Between Houston and Atlanta, scariest times I've ever been in the car.
Yo, they got all these hills and they get ice.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like that's not safe.
Atlanta, I don't know how people ride bikes in that city, because it's always it's the hilliest place I've ever been. And I'm from a place called Cleveland Heights. There are hills all over the place.
You know what's so crazy about my experience last time in Atlanta a few months ago was I was taking an on ramp onto a freeway, and it was literally about a mile long.
Jeez.
The on ramp.
Off ramp? The on ramp took you a mile?
The on ramp was about a mile long.
And
trash.
Listen, and then you get on the freeway, it's like 8 lanes across.
Yeah.
And Mack trucks be driving in any lane they feel like driving,
including that on ramp, just hanging out.
Also, cars on the side of the road. I've never been any place where we drive fast. We're like, did somebody get lost? Like, why are there so many cars? Apparently, they buy cars real cheap in the car dealers. This is what an Uber driver told me. The car dealers would change the mileage on the car and then charge like $1,000 for it. And the car will break down in 3 months.
Well, that's about right.
Yeah. Fun point of my trip to Atlanta. Music's fading out, and so are we. Love, peace, hair grease. Thank you for watching. Go read a book.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Peace. Which one should I go out of?
I trust you.
Nope, that's too fast. All right, here we go.
Don't